all on a toasted bun. Great on the go. Try 2 bird dogs for just $5 or a 2 bird dog combo for just $8. Hurry, Bo's bird dogs are available for limited time only. When you're hungry for flavor and value, it's Bo time.
Hey, it's Meredith in Thesis Jewelers in Garner. Mother's Day is right around the corner, and who else better to shop with than a mother-daughter team? My mom and I have handpicked every item in the store. Some of our favorites is the popular Diamond Flex Spangles, Diamond Hoops, and our Emphasis upgradable Diamond Stud program. But all moms really love the Diamond Tennis necklaces. We have them in all sizes and colors. I can assure you we have an unbelievable selection that any mom will love. It's already been mom approved. So shop in Thesis Jewelers this Mother's Day to find that perfect gift she would cherish for a lifetime.
Elevate your driving with Wilkinson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC in Sanford. For a limited time, when you trade your 2010 or newer Buick or GMC vehicle, receive up to $6,000 off and a $2,500 Wilkinson discount on a 2024 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali. Offer valid on stock number 24490s. Similar offers available for others. GMC, we are professional grade. Visit our showroom at Wilkinson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC in Sanford, or find us online at wilkinsoncars.com.
It's not too late for a deep spring cleaning on your home. Give my friends at Zero Res a call, 919-995-0000. Schedule today and get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned for only $105 and take $100 off your air duct cleaning. Make sure to mention me, Tim from 99.9 The Fan.
Is switching your wireless service to Total by Verizon easy? Totalmente. And you get unlimited 5G data, $25 a line for 4 lines on the unlimited plan, at an amazing price with no contracts. Should you switch to Total by Verizon? Definitely. Totalmente. Find a store or switch suavemente at totalbyverizon.com. Monthly rate when you activate with autopay plus taxes and fees. Discount begins the month after you enroll. Additional terms apply. See website for data management practices.
This hour of buzzer-beating, nail-biting, edge-of-your-seat sports action on 99.9 The Fan is powered by
Ritchie Law Firm Injury Lawyers.
Visit GotBryan.com.
That's GotBryan.com.
WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. Take us with you on radio, web, app, Alexa, and YouTube. 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle Sports leader.
I'm WRAL meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner. An isolated thunderstorm this afternoon, but our threat for severe storms is mostly over. We'll see a high of 86 this afternoon, so it is warm and it's muggy out there still. It'll feel more like low 90s with a heat index. Mid-60s and mostly cloudy tonight. Tomorrow we may see a peak of sunshine, but in the afternoon we'll see more scattered storms with highs in the low 80s.
Weather update brought to you by Newcomb & Company, where your comfort is their business. Visit newcomb.company.com. 3 o'clock check of your money. Dow Jones is up 315 points to 39,372. Market update brought to you by The Good Feet Store. Ready to step into a healthy and active lifestyle? Come to The Good Feet Store and experience the difference. Discover how a simple step can lead to a life of pain-free possibilities. The Body Armor State Games are in Charlotte this June, North Carolina's largest sports festival of the year. Athletes of all ages and skills can register now at bodyarmorstategames.org.
Now he'll lay it back. Shot. They score! Aho from inside the blue line. Let the shot go. There was traffic, and Carolina has tied it. Left corner, they score! Dmitry Orlov gets in front, deflects it home, and it's 2-1 Carolina. Out in front, they'll score! Jake Gensel! Carolina, what a pass from Aho. Chance out in front, looking to score. The puck bounces to Vincent Trocheck, and Trocheck ends this one on the power play.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. I'm Tim Donnelly, Dennis Cox producing the show. It all comes down to this. I feel like we need the movie trailer voice guy. The Canes' entire season.
In a world.
And that's the guy.
Where the Carolina Hurricanes trail
in a world
0-2 in the series. Back home.
The entire season rests on tonight's game. At home. It's not a we'd like to win game. It's not a sure would be easier if we won tonight's game. It's not anything else other than a must-win game. You lose, There's a really, really good chance for all intents and purposes. All those lofty goals, all those hopes and dreams that we had all year that we've been talking about since the moment the Panthers eliminated them a season ago. Fizzle out. The goals that got higher at the trade deadline when they brought in Gensel and Kuznetsov. The goals that got higher when Freddie returned from his blood clotting issue and played lights out down the stretch. The goals that got higher and higher and higher with every development when Seth Jarvis started playing a higher level of hockey. The goals went higher. The expectations went higher. They kept going higher, and if they don't win tonight, fizzles out. And this is not something you shouldn't say out loud. This is not something. This is why, in a lot of ways, you play sports. This is why, in a lot of ways, you're a fan of sports. You play. You are involved in this in order to have high stakes games. You know who doesn't have high stakes games? You know who never feels the pressure that the Canes are under tonight? Bad teams. Or you're mathematically eliminated with a third of a season to go. You never get the rush of feeling your entire season is on the line. Tonight, there's going to be plays that sway the game, right? Every single game, you can go back and pinpoint them afterwards, right? After the fact, they're easy to find. If this shot that rang off the post went in, if this unbelievable save by a goalie wasn't made, you can go back and find the 5 or 6 plays in a game, this penalty, the 5 or 6 plays in a game that decide everything. Today, those 5 or 6 plays that decide the game decide whether the Canes live to fight another day. Avoid that 3-0 hole where it's not impossible, but it's pretty darn likely you know what happens. It's a legacy game tonight for a lot of people. There's a lot of people that have done everything but. There's a lot of people that have done everything but. What do I mean by that? Rod Brindamore has done everything as the head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes but get over the hump and make it to a Stanley Cup final. Win a Stanley Cup. Brent Burns, everything but. Jordan Staal, the Hurricane, obviously previously, but not with the Hurricanes, has done everything but. Sebastian Aho, leveling up into being one of the truly elite players in the league. Everything but. The All-Stars, the point production, the highlights, everything except the postseason success. It is a backs against the wall game tonight. It is a game on which no one on planet Earth should have more urgency and intensity than the Carolina Hurricanes tonight. It should be an absolute knockdown, drag-out battle of a hockey game, if at all possible. And the optimism of it, good. Use that. Every single power play that the Canes get today, of which they've had plenty, every single power play that the Canes get, I want them to feel and act and get after it like if they don't score on that power play, their season is over. Maybe that'll motivate them to take a few more shots. Maybe that'll motivate them to get a few more pucks on net. Rod Brindamore understands the position they're in.
I think we all understand where we're at in the situation, and I don't think we need to dwell on that. I think it's, how can we find that little extra, play here or there that make the difference, and, that's really what it's about.
That's what it's about. They know what position they're in. If they know it, we know it, the Rangers know it, everybody knows it, the intensity will be through the roof. We have a caller on the Heister Automotive Group hotline, 919-860-5326. If you want to make your opinions known on the game tonight. This one comes from Joe in Raleigh. Joe, what's your outlook on the Canes heading into Game 3?
My outlook is, hey, listen, I want to preface this by saying I'm not trying to diss on their talent. I'm not trying to diss on everything they have everything they've been doing.
All right, we have the no offense.
There is a but coming. I don't know if Carolina has that grittiness or toughness such as a Florida Panthers or a Boston or a New York has. They really don't have that one guy that's going to get in there and just if something happens, he's gonna want to fight, or he's gonna want to get in there and battle the boards. I'm not dissing on their talent or anything. Please do not get me wrong. I think they have the talent to win. I just don't know if they have the talent to win the Eastern Conference because of I just don't think they have that toughness that a lot of the Eastern Conference teams have. And I want to know what your thoughts are on that. I'm not saying anything bad about their talent. Don't get me wrong. I think they can score goals. I just don't know if they have that real toughness or fight in them like a lot of these Eastern Conference teams kind of do. And I'll let you talk about that. I just want to know what you think about that.
I appreciate the call, and it's something that I think a lot of people are questioning because of the kind of, they've run out of steam in the postseason a few times now. And by the way, they're not out of steam in this one, not yet at least, right? There's a game tonight where I think you're going to see a lot of steam. I think you can win with goal scoring. Like, I want that to be clear. I think part of it is not being dragged into a game that maybe a more rough and tumble team wants to play, right? It's if the Rangers want to make it into a fist fight, when I'm talking about the intensity of the Canes fighting back, it doesn't necessarily have to be like with dropped gloves. You can fight back with high intensity. You can fight back with elite ability. You can fight back with we're getting people thrown into the
Megan LaMontagne, the in-arena host of PNC Arena, in our studio right now.
What's going on, Megan? All right,
interrupt you, but yeah, I am on my way to PNC Arena right now. I am the in-arena host, and they pushed me into your studio. So Tim, I'm sorry for interrupting.
Oh, not at all.
How are you?
In-arena host. This is kind of what you do, right? You get the people all riled up. We just had a caller question the grittiness of the Canes. Are you expecting a gritty team tonight in that building, and gritty fans and everything else that comes along with it?
We better hope, because if I see an ounce of blue in that arena, which I know we will, but we have to be twice as big, twice as strong, twice as powerful, and I think we will be.
There were some chants at MSG directed towards the Canes, and the part of a 7-game series is always, you're going to have to play in their arena too, right? So everything they brought, it has to be brought times 2 from PNC.
100%. And the fact of the matter is, we held on. They were 2 tightly contested games. I'm not worried. We've got this.
There it is. I like the confidence.
And with that, Tim, I will leave you as I head to the arena.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
There it is. You can hear Megan on our sister station over there.
Mix 101.5.
Mix 101.5. And you also will see her in the arena tonight. That's, by the way, when I talk about intensity, we all need the energy that Megan just brought.
Yes.
Every fan in that arena at PNC tonight needs to have that style of, when I walk into a room, I'm bringing the juice. And I this is in my notes to talk about later. I usually think, right, as an athlete, that you can block out fans, and it's always good to get the chants going. And like, I always think it's funny behind the free throws when people are shaking and clapping and doing everything, and then you look at the angle from like where the player's eyes are to the basket, and you realize none of them are really in the background of what they're looking at. Mm-hmm. I think tonight is one of the nights where the fans will have a legitimate impact on the game.
Oh, absolutely.
There's
absolutely.
I don't know if it's every game, right? A lot of times you scream your head off, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if you actually impacted that one. Tonight is one of those games where if everybody brings the juice, I think it can actually have an impact on the action on the ice. So if that's what you needed to hear to, go a little bit extra crazy, if that's what you needed to hear to go, clap a little bit louder, you just saw a perfect example of the juice we need for the Canes and Megan's attitude right there.
We were supposed to be out there today, but there are chances of bad weather, which we'll get a tailgate weather report coming up here in about 20 minutes from Cat Campbell. But that's the reason why we're not at PNC right now, which I wish we were at PNC right now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to let it get me down and blue and
fine.
Bummer, but it's a bummer. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Before we move on, I want to tell you about my partners over at Bailey's Fine Jewelry in their Village District location. Tim Donnelly here to tell you about Fox and Bailey Watch Shop, located inside that Bailey's Fine Jewelry Village District location. Their Fox and Bailey Watch Shop Just recently, I took my wife and my son there, and I felt like a tour guide. I'm going, here are the Hamilton watches over here. Here are the Norcanes over here. Here are the pre-owned and vintage Rolexes over here. Right now, I want to focus in on the Hamilton. Hamilton American-made watches. They're an affordable price point if you're looking to dabble into the luxury watch world without going too over the top. The Hamilton watch, it's clean, military-inspired, many of them. There was featured heavily, a Hamilton watch in a space movie that stars someone that might say, all right. In that space movie, there's a watch. It's if you've seen it, you know what it is. Hamilton makes that watch. So they're right there. They're inside Fox and Bailey Watch Shop, inside Bailey's Fine Jewelry, Village District location. You walk in Bailey's, you look to your right, the Fox and Bailey Watch Shop. It's got a vintage feel. You can go in there, you can hang out, you can check out all the watches. Make sure they know we sent you. Mickey, their timepiece manager, can make sure you know everything you need to know about your timepieces. And again, let them know you heard about it right here on 99.9 The Fan, talking with The Drive. Some news about the Carolina Hurricanes. Going into Game 3 of the second round for the first time this postseason, someone other than Freddie Andersen in net. How will that go for the Canes? Stick around.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
Robert in Raleigh, listening on 99.9 The Fan. What's up, Robert?
I got to go leftovers, macaroni and cheese. Michelle, I know you don't eat leftovers. My wife grew up eating leftovers. She'll bake a peach pie from scratch, have one piece, and then it's old. And I've heard you talking about where the best pizza's from. If you've not had Pepe's, Sally's, or Modern Pizza, they're all right there in New Haven, Connecticut.
Yep. Mornings from 6 to 9 on 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle Sports Leader.
Oh, this North Carolina Education Lottery Winners Club espresso is strong.
Pace yourself. New winners tend to overdo it on the coffee. And with new scratch-offs out, well...
Hey guys, I'm a new winner. My name's Steve. What's your name? I really love this coffee. Wow, this place is great. Glad I grabbed a new scratch-off. Okay, nice to meet you. Gonna get a massage. Ooh, I think I need to relax.
Told you.
This month's tickets pack $135 million in total prizes. The Winners Club awaits. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 1 in 3.41 to 4.25. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Get ready. The Chatley Boat Show and Sale is coming to the State Fairgrounds May 17th through the 19th. The Car Scott building will be filled to the max with boats ready for immediate delivery featuring Suzuki outboards, shop center console, runabouts, deck boats, bass boats, pontoons, aluminum boats, and more, all under one roof. Boat Show only savings, discounts up to $8,000, factory rebates, and special financing on site. The Chatley Boat Show and Sale May 17th through 19th at the Car Scott building on the State Fairgrounds featuring Suzuki outboards, free admission, and parking.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Graham Hill for Underdog Sportsbook. Sports betting has arrived in North Carolina, and Underdog is entering the game. They've been working hard to create a sportsbook app using their own technology for the American sports fan. A simple, fresh experience with straightforward language that fans can understand and design that's just as appealing. The launch version is great, but it'll get better as it grows. This app will be tailored to the user experience, so you'll help shape its future. Your favorite teams, players, and sports are included and are ready to make a bet. The hockey postseason is in full effect. I'm a fan of selecting the over-under on goals, assists, and points, just like in the pro basketball postseason with points, rebounds, and assists. It's that easy. Download the Underdog Sportsbook app on iOS or Android and sign up with promo code HILL. And new customers will get $100 back in bonus funds when they make a $10 minimum deposit and a first bet of $5 or more. That's Underdog Sportsbook. Promo code HILL. Must be 21 plus to gamble and present in North Carolina. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov or call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms, conditions, and restrictions apply and can be found in the Underdog Sportsbook app.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. We're getting a new goalie for the Canes tonight. It is a Game 3. It is a must-win. It is as big a game as they come for the Carolina Hurricanes. And Pyotr Kochetkov is getting the start. Pyotr Kochetkov is getting the start. Has not played in essentially a month. That's the long and short of it. That's as simply as I can put it. Has not played in essentially a month.
You're not wrong.
He is getting a start in Game 3, down 0-2 against the best team record-wise in the NHL this season, and the entire hopes and dreams of this season of Carolina Hurricanes hockey rest on his shoulders. What are the expectations for Pyotr Kochetkov? What are the expectations? First, let's hear from Rod Brindamore on the decision to go with Kochetkov.
Well, I think, Freddie's played really well, but he's also played a lot, and I think give him a little rest is the best thing.
Interesting. He didn't go, well, we want Kochetkov in there. He went, well, we need to get Freddie a break. Peter Laviolette, on the other side, head coach of the Rangers, was asked if anything changes for them facing a different goalie.
They have two good goaltenders. We prepared for one goaltender that we thought we were going to start. We've also prepared for the other goaltender as well. So I think that's all you can really do. And then from there, we got to go out and execute our game and do our best to score goals.
So no, nothing changes for them.
Yeah, they're basically, he said, he continued on a little bit later, is like, our goal is to test every goalie early in the game and score. No, nothing changes.
That happens in every sport.
Yeah.
You got a rookie pitcher. What are you going to do? Well, I'm going to try to get hits.
Yeah.
Got a rookie quarterback. We're going to try to confuse him. It's like, well, okay.
Get on base.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Here's the thing with Kochetkov, because what the expectations are for him, it's I'm going to go with the same thing. It's irrelevant. It's the same as everybody going into a game like this. It's a situation where you can't take the situation into account. You just have to be good. It's a you might have great reasons, you can't have any excuses style game. I call it an Apollo 13 situation. Right? The legendary, obviously.
Houston, we have a problem?
Yeah, the movie and also the actual situation that it's based on when it comes to the astronauts and everything. But it's you can't say no. You can't give us reasons why not. Right? Hey, we have a cardboard box, a thing of duct tape, and a couple filters, and we need you to make an air purifier. That is impossible, sir. I don't think you understand. It's either do it or we're done here. You know what I mean? You could look at Kochetkov, and a reasonable person might say after not playing for a month, you need a game to knock the rust off. You need a period to knock the rust off. You need to see some live shots and a game action before you're ready to step into a win or must-win situation. Well, sorry. This isn't one of those situations where you get to make demands. This is a situation where you get between the pipes and you have to stop pucks. And you have to have great puck awareness, and you can't get lost, and you can't give up a softie. And you might have to make a couple exceptional saves. And yeah, is it hard? Is it unfair? Yep. Life's tough. Get a helmet. Oh, wait, you're already wearing a hockey helmet and all the pads, so you're good. Life's tough. Stop pucks. He's not stepping in as a untalented goalie. He's the future of the Canes. He's under contract for a few seasons beyond this. Starting with that players-only meeting in December, and hat tip to Walt Ruff of the team reporter for putting this stat out on Twitter. Starting with that players-only meeting in December that was so highly publicized until the end of the regular season, Kochetkov went 19-7-3 with a 92.3 save percentage.
It's pretty damn good.
Over that time, guys that made, I think it's at least 30 starts, he was third best in the league in save percentage. There's a reason why you're even contemplating putting him in the postseason in this game. And it's because he was pretty darn good this year. And here's where even I have to take a step back and say you're talking about the wrong things. Because I'm very tempted here to say I was advocating for him to get a game in that first round. I was worried. I was worried that he wasn't. I was on the, hey, maybe we actually consider the rotation train. That's where I was. But guess what? It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter if I thought he should have played in the first round. It doesn't matter if I thought there should have been a rotation. All that matters is he's gone 20-some-odd days without playing at all in live action game NHL hockey. And tonight, he is going to lead the team out there against the New York Rangers, against a team that's been very good on the power play, against a team that's gotten good looks, against a team that has a lot of I would say, both creative and non-creative scores, right? They have the kind that like to be shifty and the kind that like to just be messy, and he's going to have to stop them all. If not every shot, darn near most of them. And he's going to need some help. And he's going to need the team to back him up. And we'll go back to the same positions we were talking about because I think there's some similarities, right? Pitcher, quarterback, goaltender, goalie in soccer. These kind of positions that are on an island, they need to be supported. In baseball, it's obvious. How much run support are you giving them? How many great defensive plays are you making behind them? Hockey, it's a little bit more difficult, but goal support matters. And block shots before they get to them. Give up your body. Right? You're asking right now what the team is asking Pyotr Kochetkov to do is wildly difficult. Give up your body to make it 1% easier. Give up your body to make it one. Don't turn it over out near the blue line where you get a 1-on-1 or a 2-on-1. Don't do that to your young goalie. He's going to have his hands full with just the traditional shots. Freddie did a lot of really, really good things through the first 7 games of the postseason. A ton of them. His job looked hard in Game 1 and Game 2. Mm-hmm. Kochetkov is being asked to do that in a must-win game with no safety net, right? He is out there with the metaphorical live bullets being fired. It's an everybody thing. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Dennis Cox, what do you have for us?
Hey, Dennis Cox here for my friends over at Law Tigers. I know a lot of people are pretty amped up about tonight, including myself, for various reasons. And, I was thinking, maybe tonight might be the night I should probably roll in on the motorcycle tonight. I'm excited. Need a little extra juice for this evening. But the first thing I got to make sure I do before I even sit on my motorcycle is make sure I have everything operating properly. Do I have the right gear? Do I have the right riding boots, helmet working properly, all the gear that I have, the jacket, everything to make sure that I'm safe and protected, make sure my bike is in working order. And that's very important anytime you step onto a motorcycle because May is National Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month, and that's part of it. If your bike's not in working order, you put yourself in even more danger when you're out there on the road. So make sure anytime you hop on the bike that you are 100% sure your bike is in proper working order. But sometimes, even if things working all right, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to prevent everything from happening. If you are injured in a motorcycle accident, Call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS before you call your insurance company. The insurance company wants to pay you the least amount possible. Law Tigers, they're riders too. They understand what your bike and your gear are worth and what you're going through after an accident. Your case evaluation is always free, and they don't get paid until your case settles. Call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS, North Carolina's motorcycle lawyers. Law Tigers is a network of independent law firms who are members of the American Association of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Law Tigers is not a law firm.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. If you are headed out to PNC, you're going to want to be tuned in when we come back. Kat Campbell, WRAL, gives you a tailgate weather report, and I have 3 reasons for optimism for the Canes heading into Game 3. Both of those coming up next.
Is your heating and air system ready for hot weather? Call Newcomb & Company today to schedule a routine maintenance and ensure your system is operating at peak performance. Become a Comfort Contract customer to receive priority service and a 15% discount on service calls and repairs for HVAC and plumbing work. Newcomb & Company has served the area as a Carrier Factory authorized dealer for more than 3 generations. Turn to the experts today. Call 919-862-3000 or find us at newcombandcompany.com. Newcomb & Company and Carrier. Your comfort is our business.
I'm the guy that never gives 5 stars because I never believe that anything is perfect. But I would give them 20 stars if I could.
Ernest's stellar review belongs to QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments. They came through when he badly needed relief for his aching knees, and doctors had told him that surgery was the only option.
What they're doing is cutting edge, and it really helps. And I'm a tough sell.
QC Kinetics is led by National Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, a pioneer in this field. With 20 years of clinical work, tons of research, teaching, publishing in non-surgical natural pain treatments. These are the medical pros to trust.
I'm living my life basically pain-free from what I was dealing with, so I'm a happy camper today, no doubt about it.
QC Kinetics. Call today to see if you're a candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 919-400-5473. That's 919-400-5473. In Cary, Clayton, Raleigh, and Wake Forest, 919-400-5473.
It's playoff time in the NBA and the NHL. Baseball's in full swing, and FanDuel is your place to bet on every game. Adam Gold here, and right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you make your first $5 wager, because you know me. Go to FanDuel.com, promo code AdamGold to get started. FanDuel.com, promo code AdamGold. Then you can bet on anything. Slap shots, home runs, slam dunks, all on an app that is safe, secure, and easy to use. $200 in bonus bets await when you place your first $5 wager. Visit FanDuel.com, promo code AdamGold. FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Must be 21 and older and present in North Carolina. First online real money wager only. $10 deposit required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
We're with Kevin of Fairway Green. Everybody wants that curb appeal, don't they?
Yeah, during certain times of the year, people are really amazed on how fast we can turn that lawn around, clean up those weeds, get that color back, especially if they're going to try to sell the home or present the home for a wedding or whatever event they may have going on.
And Fairway Green makes it easy.
Yes, if you contact us, we'll be out, leave a very detailed lawn analysis, and give you a good plan of action.
Nobody beats a Fairway Green lawn. Get started now. Go to fairwaygreen.com or call 919-329-0095.
Calling all Caniacs, Carolina Ale House is your official Canes watch party headquarters. Every away game, join the Canes to cause chaos at Carolina Ale House's downtown Raleigh location. Enjoy an ice-cold beer and hang out with the Canes crew and Stormy. With TVs on every wall, every seat is a front row seat. Come get your favorite wings, grab an R&D Storm Brew, and watch the playoffs with us at Carolina Ale House. All Caniacs and all ages are welcome. Go Canes!
Hey homeowners, this is Keith Gregory with Home Exteriors by Baker Roofing. We have a lot of new neighbors moving to our area, and as a company that was founded in Raleigh in 1915, we would like to formally welcome you home. Our history of excellence is best summed up in our commitment. We shall do good work, at a profit if we can, at a loss if we must, but always good work. To learn more about our roofing, siding, window, door, and gutter services, visit bakerroofing.com.
Imagine waking up this time next week and being 100% debt-free from credit cards, car loan, and personal loans. Hey, it's Dennis Cox. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit can make it happen. Homeowners are turning their home equity into cash almost instantly. With Loan Pronto's AI-based system, you can get approval in about 10 minutes with almost no documentation, no appraisal, and no hassle. You can get hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your home. Use that money to pay off all your other loans. The average homeowner saves over $850 a month doing this. Listen, your home value is way up. You can use that to wipe out all those credit cards. Get some money for a home improvement. Literally hundreds of thousands are at your fingertips, and approval is just minutes away. Call now, 919-381-1760, 919-381-1760, loanpronto.com, 919-381-1760, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, equal housing lender. The Body Armor State Games are in Charlotte this June, North Carolina's largest sports festival of the year. Athletes of all ages and skills can register now at bodyarmorstategames.org.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. On a hockey night in Carolina, you can catch the Carolina Hurricanes Game 3 against the Rangers right here on 99.9 The Fan. Immediately after this show, 6 o'clock, we'll be passing things off to Adam Gold for Stormwatch. He'll get you set for the game. Right now, we're going to get you set for the tailgate with Kat Campbell of WRAL. Little tailgate weather report. Kat, as always, thank you for joining us. We wanted to be at PNC. The weather kind of made us a little nervous about it, so we're doing it here from the studio. But what can tailgaters expect if they do make it out to PNC?
I am not on Stormwatch anymore tonight, weather-wise. I think that we're good to go. We only have a 20% chance for rain. If I were not working tonight and I had the night off, I would be out there tailgating. I'm not worried about rain out there. The bulk of it was this morning. We canceled the WRAL weather alert day as soon as the rain and storms had passed this morning. So I think you're going to be good to go. You know, the humidity isn't as bad today. That's nice. Temperature should be in the low to mid 80s for the tailgaters. So overall, I think it's looking pretty good.
And after what is hopefully a hard-fought, very fun Canes win, when everybody's leaving, what should they be expecting?
I think we'll still have dry weather when everybody's leaving. It'll be partly cloudy at that time, and temperatures should be back in the 70s by the time you leave tonight. But I think overall things look pretty good tonight, weather-wise.
That's what we want to hear. The only chaos we want is on the ice. Kat, as always, when we join you, we need a couple predictions here. Do the Canes pull out the win in Game 3?
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think that they will, but I think it's going to be a tough one. It's been tough so far, and I wouldn't be surprised if they went into overtime again. But I think it'll be a stressful game, a super exciting game, but they'll come out on top. But I think it's going to be a nail-biter to get there.
The stressful wins are awesome. It's the stressful losses
I know. They make it
get
that much more exciting.
And we also play a game every, obviously, Hockey Night in Carolina. Every time there's a game in the postseason where we ask for the first goal scorer. We had you on last time. Coach Kenyemi, you were wearing the jersey. It didn't end up working out. But who do you think will score the first goal for the Canes tonight, and in what period?
Okay, so last time I went bold with my predictions. This time I'm going to keep it pretty normal and go with Aho in the first period. Fingers crossed. I think that's a good outlook. I think it's pretty safe to go with that. But I always get a kick out of when they play the New York Rangers. The first thing I always think about, I don't know if anybody ever else thinks about this, but you know, in the movie Elf, the New York Rangers, that's the first thing that comes to mind every time. So I think, you know how they always say, if you just picture the crowd in their underwear, you'll do better. They just have to picture them like their Buddy the Elf running through a field, and you know they can take them down. I have faith.
You know what? I don't know why Rod probably hadn't thought about that yet.
Can you tell that's my favorite movie?
Yeah, it's a fantastic movie. It's up there for everybody. Kat, we appreciate you for taking the time and giving us that little bit of insight there into the weather, and enjoy the game.
Thank you. Go Canes.
Go Canes. That's Kat Campbell, WRAL, with a little tailgate weather report, bringing the fire with the imagine everybody like Buddy the Elf from Elf. I like that idea. She was joining us on the Heister Automotive Group hotline, by the way, and that's where all of our guests and the first goal scorer contestants will be joining us on the Heister Automotive Group hotline. 4:33 will be the time where we need 3 contestants to call in with who they think is going to be the first goal scorer and in what period they're going to score.
We have a lot already on YouTube chiming in.
Love it.
Love it. So Will Parks, first period, Kuzi scores. Kuzi first
Angry
period.
Kuzi.
Hey, angry Kuznetsov might be a good thing.
A little upset he wasn't in game 2.
Jacob says Jake Gensel in the first period. I don't hate that either.
Not even a little bit.
By the way, Matt Morrison said, I've consulted my lucky 8-ball. Do the Canes go 4-0 the next 4 games? And said it is decidedly so.
That's a good use of the 8-ball.
I like that. 8-ball is good.
And
he also says Aho in the first. So we have a few others. Another Matt says Aho in the first. Gets the first goal in the second period. So yeah, we have quite a few people already chiming in already, including a Rangers fan who says Rangers are going to sweep, but we're not really worried about what Core J says.
Well, that's not the question we asked.
Exactly.
We asked who's the Canes' first goal scorer of the game, and we will officially take our contestants at 4:33 for our first goal scorer game. With if one of those 3 contestants gets it right, they will get a signed puck by one of their favorite Canes.
By the way, Graham Hill said.
I have Graham Hill. He said Slavin in the first.
Slavin in the first.
Paul Eihander, the host of Next Up every morning 9 to 10, here on 99.9 The Fan, says Fetch in the first.
Okay.
And Dennis and I will give you ours closer to 4:33.
Loving this so far.
First goal scorer. Such a simple question that is so hard.
We've only had one winner in terms of our actual contestants.
So much thought into it, and hockey is just difficult to predict when you get down into the specifics like that. But every single game, I put entirely too much thought into it. I put some thought into this. Let's give some 3 reasons for optimism going into Game 3. There's some natural human kind of instincts or human reactions to go. You're down 0-2. You lost in double overtime. You're going to the new goalie. There's some shuffling of who's active and who's not that maybe we don't completely understand. And you want to go Eeyore with it. You want to go, oh, poo. You want fight that urge. A day like today, the whole season is ahead of you. 2-1 is nothing, right? 2-1 is nothing. You win tonight, it's 2-1.
2-1 still at home?
With a home game, tonight changes everything. So let's get some reasons for optimism. Here's my number 1 reason for optimism.
Hit me.
You can choose to commit penalties or not. Penalties, we talked about this yesterday. Outside of just the absolute blasphemous calls, of which there's going to be 1 or 2 a game. Other than that, a lot of times penalties are us mistakes, right? They're things that you did wrong. It's not always, somebody made such an incredible play that you had to draw a foul, had to draw a penalty. The Canes have gotten themselves in some trouble with some very poorly timed penalties. If you just play a little bit sharper, those go away, and the game is completely different, right? If we had some kind of magical time machine and we could go back and take away like 1 penalty from each of the previous 2 games, Canes might be up 2-0.
Yeah.
Like if we could just not that one. That was a bad time for a penalty. Not that one.
Both by Svetch.
Both. If we could just get Svetch not to make
That's
penalties.
That's it.
Maybe literally the outcomes might be different. And the reason why I say that's a point of optimism is it's nice to know you can change it, right? It's not completely out of your hands. It's not completely, they just outplayed us, and if they do that, then it's over. If there's something to go fix, I'm confident that you can go fix it. I'm also here's another reason for optimism. I think Game 2 was the first time we got our first full glimpse of playoff Jake Gensel.
Oh, yeah.
2 goals. 2 different kinds of goals, more impact on the game even beyond the 2 goals. He was fiery, a little too much at times when he decided to throw the one-shot haymaker at Adam Fox that leveled him.
I mean, he went full Pacquiao there. And
Put
you
him
didn't
on
see that?
his back with just a jab. I hope you sense the sarcasm in my voice.
Like Sugar Sean O'Malley out here.
Looking like Mike Strahan when he was given the sack record to Brett Favre, or when Brett Favre when he was given the sack record to Mike Strahan.
Laying down.
I'll lay down here. But playoff Jake Gensel changes things. If he's finding the back of the net in even strength situations, that makes the Canes a completely different beast. Playoff Jake Gensel, which, by the way, like it's a history of it, right? Some guys, if they were to score 2 goals in a playoff game, guess what we'd be calling it? A career day. And guess why you would call it a career day? Because it happens once in a career, right? Like if there was 3 goals scored by or 2 goals scored by Jack Drury, I wouldn't be going like, Jack Drury has been awakened. He is now an elite goal scorer. He's going to go with a goal and a half per game for the rest of the postseason. With Jake Gensel, I'm tempted to do that. With Jake Gensel, I'm tempted to go, the floodgates are open, right? The seal has been popped, and now he is ready to go ahead and be a goal per game guy. Because he has kind of a history of not a goal per game, but he's been a point per game in the postseason guy over the length of his career. Last reason for optimism, I shouldn't have used last.
Mm-hmm.
Third reason for optimism, because there's many. I'm just listing 3.
A lot of them.
Home crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Home cooking, home crowd.
It matters.
Home ice, home locker room, home getting to influence who's on the ice during face-offs and things like that.
Influence on officials?
Influence on officials.
To be honest, it's a real thing.
I mean, there were a few times I thought maybe they might have heard the booing from my living room in MSG.
They may have.
But I know they'll hear the booing from Canes fans in PNC.
Mm-hmm.
I said this earlier. It's rare when I think fans can actually impact the game, right? Because as a former athlete, sometimes I get mad when somebody works like 20 years of their lives. They haven't had a carb since 2014. They lift weights every single day. Then they win a big game, and everyone's like, got to give all the credit to the crowd. And I'm going like, or how about this?
Or
the guy that has dedicated his entire life to winning that game gets some of the – but there are certain games where you can't help it. There are certain games where you're like, you know what? I understand you worked pretty hard for this. The crowd had a big impact on that one. I think tonight can be the big impact game by the PNC crowd. I think that the Rangers are probably feeling pretty good about themselves, and they've had things go their way. And I think if there's something that goes against the Rangers, they can get quicksanded pretty quick, right? And part of that is you don't really get a chance to think, right? Canes score early, PNC crowd goes nuts. By the time the PNC crowd sits down, Canes are already on the power play. Like it needs to be that kind of like what is it? Lucy and Ethel at the conveyor belt with the chocolates, where they can't catch back up. It just keeps coming at them. I understand that as a reference that is very, very old.
We've all seen the joke.
Very, very, very old. But that's what what the crowd can do. The crowd can fill the spaces between big plays for the Canes with just electricity, so the Rangers never feel like they can catch up.
I remember I'm going back to 2019. You're like, that's 5 years ago. 2019, when Canes were down 0-2 to the Washington Capitals, coming back home after losing Game 2 4-3 in overtime with the team in the Capitals
wait a minute.
crushing it on the power play. Go figure.
All over again.
Sounds very familiar. Carolina fell down in that Game 3 at home, and the crowd worked those guys back into it that game. Like, I was sitting there, I'm like, crowd did not quiet. It got louder in there. You can tell like the players were like,
goosebumps, the chill bumps. All of a sudden
let's
it's
go. Like, hey, we got this. Before you know it, they won the next 2 gaams.
It is.
That series.
It's one of the more rare things in sports. When it happens, it's so special. When you just get the feeling, again, like the goosebumps, and you're just like, something's about to happen here.
It's an intangible thing, but it's real.
And you never think to go live bet it, but you probably should, because you're like, I've never been more certain of anything in my life. But it's you just sit there and enjoy it, and you watch it happen, and you're like, I knew it. The fans can do that.
By the way, speaking of fans, like a lot of people, including like Canes and Rangers fans, are going back and forth in the comments section on YouTube. Should. I love it.
Defend our YouTube, Canes fans.
Exactly.
Go in there and defend our YouTube. Don't let Rangers fans get away with anything crazy in there.
Like there's a guy named Will telling a guy named Ian, for example, you're in a Hurri-Cons podcast chat. Get a life.
There we go.
Like let's
defend
go.
Our turf.
Like let's go, Will. Shout out to Will. But I also want to give a shout out to Real Rebels. He gave up like a full prediction tonight.
All right. Well,
So he has Jarvis scoring in the first.
Love it.
But here's how it happens. Matt Rempe tries to get into a fight with somebody.
All right.
Matt Rempe of the Rangers.
Low odds on that. You're not getting a big payout on Rempe being an instigator.
Jarvis scores 1-0.
Okay.
And then in the second period, Aho scores with 5:29 left on the clock, take a 2-0 lead, but the Rangers score with under 2 minutes left. So it's 2-1 going into the third.
He thinks he's there, but he's not quite yet.
Nobody scores in the third, and then a fight breaks out at the end of it. That's what we have. That's some specificity, folks. I love it.
I love a specific prediction.
Just laid out the game.
If that hits, we're going to have you on the show. If that hits,
Yeah, exactly.
You're calling in tomorrow. So if it hits, open your schedule up. We're going to have you on the show.
Yeah, Real Rebels, we will message you.
We will message you. We'll find a
form.
way. We'll give you the bat phone, the bat line, and you'll be on the show.
The red telephone,
Yep.
pick it up.
You would just yeah, exactly. You'll just be walking by a payphone. Do those still exist?
Yeah, they
and
do.
It'll ring, and it'll just be us going, we need to talk
There's
hockey.
one up in Henderson.
Also lotto tickets. Also lottery numbers. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Let's get to our two key players. We've been doing this all postseason. Dennis and I give two key players that a matchup hinges on. It'll pivot on their play. We each pick two, and you know what? I just want to point out, going into game 2, I made the announcement that Jake Gensel was going to be one of my key players until he scored a goal on a goalie. Because up until that point, he had only scored on an empty netter in the postseason. So I made that statement. By the end of the next game, he had 2 goals, and a goalie was in net for both of them. So he is not one of my key players. That is why, even though I said he would be for a while. My first key player is Andrei Svechnikov.
Okay. Play
well, play controlled. Don't take out the goalie. Don't end a power play with another penalty. It's the gift and the curse of Svech. He's so good. He's so talented. When he rang the post in game 2, I thought he was on the verge of really making a big play. But he also, flips Igor Shesterkin and then looks around like, what? What did I do? And it's like, well, goalies are going to get that call a lot of the time. I think Svech can be a guy who can be both an addition by playing well and addition by subtraction by avoiding a couple of those really Svech mistakes that he's made over the last couple. And if he does that, I think he can be a huge part of the Canes getting the win.
My first?
Yep.
Chris Kreider, New York Rangers.
Oh.
Chris Kreider, New York Rangers.
Going with the Ranger.
He had a goal last game, power play goal that tied things up. We also had 2 assists back there in game 1 as well. This guy makes his living in front of the net, making life miserable for goaltenders. He parks himself in front of the net. He's as good as it is in the NHL in terms of guys who score within 10 feet of the cage. Literally 31 of his 39 goals he scored during the regular season this year, right there in front of the net, or the puck was sitting in the crease. 31 of 39. That's where he makes his living. He's going to try to make life an absolute living HE double hockey sticks for Pyotr Kochetkov tonight. Whomever is in front of the net with Chris Kreider has to make sure they position themselves to make sure he's not getting deflections and screens on Kochetkov, and also clear out any loose rebounds that Kochetkov might give up. Cannot let Chris Kreider just cook in front of the net tonight.
So what are we looking at? Slavin, Orlov, Burns. All of
Doesn't matter. Or whomever's on the PK,
true.
Same thing as well. Same thing as well.
Need a little bit of size to mix it up with Kreider.
Yeah, Kreider's a big dude. He's 6'3", 233 pounds. He is not tiny. That's
Obviously,
Burns, that's Orlov.
Yeah.
Those guys have to do some work in front of the net to guard Chris Kreider. I'm a big Chris Kreider fan, by the way, but not right now.
Yeah.
Now I do not like it.
I've referenced this in the past. Ben Affleck, years and years ago, who's a famous Red Sox fan, was on one of the late night shows talking about Derek Jeter, and he was like, I don't like him, but I do know that there's guys in Boston bars going sure would be nice to have a guy like that on the squad. That's kind of how I feel about players on teams that I don't like, but I respect their game. I'm like, I don't like them, but I mean, if you want to put on our jersey, we could probably make room. My next key player, Jordan Staal. win faceoffs, and I do think it's a captain game. I think it's one of those games where like nobody should have more urgency than Jordan Staal. He should understand. He should be the tone setter. I want like a big hit from him early. I want him to dominate faceoffs. He obviously creates a ton of shots. Heck, find the back of the net on one of them. I want him to be a spark early on in the game with just how menacing he can be. And then, of course, they'll cut to him and his face will be because that's just Jordan Staal.
He just same expression.
He either scored a goal or he won the lottery or he just had the best meal of his life, and it's still just
stoic.
Yep.
Doesn't change.
What do you got for key players?
I think also as well with Staal, when it comes to the PK, generally he and Seth Jarvis are the ones out there on the ice to start the penalty kill. Like it's imperative on him. You got to win those faceoffs. Imperative.
I mean, if I could have somehow made one of the key players everyone that plays at all on either special team,
yes,
I would have done it. If you have a role on the first or second power play unit or the first or second PK, I would have made that the answer. But that's like most of the team.
I know we talked a lot about Kochetkov earlier, so I'm gonna deviate from him right now. It's Evgeny Kuznetsov. You're coming back in the lineup. You were healthy scratch in game number 2. What are you bringing coming back in the lineup today? Are you going to bring out, like, hey, you know what, refocus, reset, the guy that we saw, for that 4 or 5 game stretch for the Hurricanes when he first got here, right after the trade deadline? Are we going to see that kind of guy that was super focused and locked in? To me, that is massive. Evgeny Kuznetsov tonight, he can be an absolute impact, especially on that second power play unit. Evgeny Kuznetsov, for me, is my second guy.
Over, under 10 minutes for Kuzi.
Still going to go under.
Yeah.
I'm still going to go under,
digits,
but you can be impactful in 9 minutes of action tonight.
Kuzi. Get your money's worth. You're only going to play 8 minutes, but make us remember all 8 of those bad boys. That's we're going to talk about Kuzi a little bit later on because that whole situation has my mind in a little bit of a pretzel. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. I'm Tim Donnelly for Miller Lending. Gordon Miller and Miller Lending want to make sure you're aware that timing is everything when it comes to the market, right? When it comes to mortgage and interest rates, timing is everything. Well, how can you bend that to your will a little bit? Well, be ready whenever the timing is right. Miller Lending is ready whenever rates drop to with no cost to you, no closing costs, no fees, no third-party fees to help you take advantage of falling rates. So right now, the timing is against you, right? You locked into mortgage in the last year that's higher than you ever thought you would, or you're looking for a mortgage right now because you have to move and you're going, look at these rates. Goodness gracious. Well, guess what? Be ready to strike when the timing is right with Miller Lending. Give them a call. They can explain to you how their no closing cost loans can set you up for the perfect mortgage. 919-447-3377. When I say perfect mortgage, I don't mean one perfect mortgage. I mean the perfect strategy to save you the most money on your monthly payments long term. 919-447-3377. That's 919-447-3377. Or you can visit them online at millerlending.com. That's millerlending.com. Miller Lending is an equal housing lender, and MLS number 250-2146. We're going to take a break. When we come back, no football at 4 on a hockey night in Carolina. Brian Boucher from TNT, he'll be on the call. He'll be joining us next on the Heister Automotive Group hotline. Stick around.
It's the Stanley Cup playoffs.
They score! Aho from inside the blue line. Let the shot go. There was traffic, and Carolina has tied it with less than 5 minutes here in the first.
Storm Watch with Adam Gold at 6. Puck Drop at 7.
They'll score! Jake Gensel! And Gensel is second in the game, and another late period goal. Just what the doctor ordered.
On your exclusive home for the Carolina Hurricanes, 99.9 The Fan.
Sound Station and Security, your automotive and audio experts. Car audio, car video, home theater, wheels and tires, and so much more. Plus, did you know Sound Station and Security offers full service for your vehicle? Alignments, inspection, oil changes, window tinting, and custom exhaust. And with a variety of financing options, Sound Station and Security can help you get what you need today. 2 locations, downtown Smithfield and on Glenwood Avenue in Raleigh. Sound Station and Security. Visit myhotsound.com.
It's bow time. Something new just dropped at Bojangles. Take the bold taste of a crispy golden chicken supreme that's been seasoned to perfection, then add dill pickles, Carolina Gold barbecue sauce, and a toasted bun that's great on the go. What do you get? You get a Bo's Bird Dog. In fact, you can grab 2 of them for $5. So when you're on the go, headed to practice, or need a snack, grab a Bo's Bird Dog. Hurry in before they're gone. Available for a limited time. It's bow time.
There's no time like bow time, but sometimes it's go time. No time to stop. Introducing Bojangles' new Bird Dog, a seasoned to perfection Bojangles Chicken Supreme, dill pickles, Carolina Gold barbecue sauce, all on a toasted bun. Great on the go. Try 2 bird dogs for just $5 or a 2 bird dog combo for just $8. Hurry, Bo's Bird Dogs are available for limited time only. When you're hungry for flavor and value, it's bow time.
Adam Gold in studio with my friend Dallas Rhule from the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. You guys do so many things: windows, doors, siding, gutters, awnings, roofing.
Roofing is the most important part of your home. You want to make sure you keep the water out. Our roofing products, made by Certainty, the shingle roofing, it comes in a lot of different colors, a lot of different styles, but it has a 50-year, 5-star warranty on all material and labor, backed by the manufacturer. It's non-prorated.
I've never heard of a 50-year warranty. I always hear like 20 or 30.
Unless a tree hits the house or you have some storm damage, it'll be the last roof you ever put on your home.
I like that. What about metal roofing?
We do a lot of metal roofing. We got the standing seam, comes in a lot of different colors, and it'll last forever, but it doesn't have the 50-year warranty like the shingled roofing does.
Sounds like you're pushing shingle roofing, which you should probably.
It's affordable, and again, it's hard to beat because it's really the last roof you'll have to pay to put on your home.
Dallas Rhule from the Aluminum Company of North Carolina, aluminumcompany.com.
It's time to shop sparkling deals. It's Bailey's Fine Jewelry's multi-million-dollar inventory reduction sale. Hurry in because the big sale ends this Saturday. Diamonds, watches, earrings, bracelets, necklaces, and rings are all on sale. The perfect time to shop for Mother's Day, anniversary, or engagement rings without breaking the bank. Shop the largest selection of luxury jewelry for less at Bailey's Big Sale. Learn more at BaileyBox.com.
Oh. This North Carolina Education Lottery Winners Club espresso is strong.
Pace yourself. New winners tend to overdo it on the coffee. And with new scratch-offs out, well...
Hey guys, I'm a new winner. My name's Steve. What's your name? I really love this coffee. Wow, this place is great. Glad I grabbed a new scratch-off. Okay, nice to meet you. Gonna get a massage. Ooh, I think I need to relax.
Told you.
This month's tickets pack $135 million in total prizes. The Winners Club awaits. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 1 in 3.41 to 4.25. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
It's not too late for a deep spring cleaning on your home. Give my friends at Zero Res a call, 919-995-0000. Schedule today and get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned for only $105 and take $100 off your air duct cleaning. Make sure to mention me, Tim from 99.9 The Fan.
This hour of the Triangle Sports Leader is powered by Ritchie Law Firm Injury Lawyers.
He scores! What a comeback!
Visit GotBryan.com. That's GotBryan.com.
WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. Take us with you on radio, web, app, Alexa, and YouTube. 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle Sports Leader.
I'm WRAL meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner. An isolated thunderstorm this afternoon, but our threat for severe storms is mostly over. We'll see a high of 86 this afternoon, so it is warm and it's muggy out there still. It'll feel more like low 90s with the heat index. Mid-60s and mostly cloudy tonight. Tomorrow we may see a peak of sunshine, but in the afternoon we'll see more scattered storms with highs in the low 80s.
Weather update brought to you by Newcomb & Company, where your comfort is their business. Visit newcombandcompany.com. 4 o'clock check of your money. Dow Jones is up 312 points to 39,368. Market update brought to you by The Good Feet Store. Ready to step into a healthy and active lifestyle? Come to The Good Feet Store and experience the difference. Discover how a simple step can lead to a life of pain-free possibilities. The Body Armor State Games are in Charlotte this June, North Carolina's largest sports festival of the year. Athletes of all ages and skills can register now at bodyarmorstategames.org.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan on a hockey night in Carolina. Canes, Game 3. against the Rangers tonight. Canes down 0-2, but it's coming home to Raleigh. On the Heister Automotive Group hotline, we have Brian Boucher from TNT. He'll be covering the game tonight, and he joins us now. Brian, thank you very much for taking the time out of your prep to join us. I mean, we have to start with a former goaltender like yourself. How do you react? How difficult will it be for Pyotr Kochetkov to step in after essentially a month of not playing and in a must-win game face a team like the Rangers?
Yeah, first off, great to be with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be an early test. You know, the first 10 minutes to me are going to be what you need to watch for Kochetkov. It's not easy when you've had a month off. You can practice as much as you want, but you know, during this time of year, there are no morning skates. There is a lack of practice, so the amount of quality work that you can get that is similar to the game is tough to find. So, yeah, the first 10 minutes for Kochetkov to me is going to be critical. He's going to have to get out of it smoothly, and if he can do that, I think he'll be fine. But to me, I'm watching that first 10 minutes to see, one, if the team can defend well in front of him, limit, you know, the quality chances for the Rangers, allow him to kind of get his feet underneath him. And if he can do that, feel good about himself, kind of get into it, some good handles with his defensemen, some puck handles, and then take off from there. But, yeah, I mean, it's nerve-wracking, no doubt. It's a must-win, and when you haven't played, the nerves go up even more. So keeping an eye on Kochetkov here early on tonight.
And the other thing that's kind of plagued the Canes a bit is just poorly timed penalties, right? And in those first 10 minutes, you really don't want Kochetkov to have to face the man advantage. But looking at the past few games here, is there anything specific that you've seen the Rangers that they're doing on their power play that has given the Canes a little bit of trouble?
I think it's killer instinct right off the hop. I mean, when I watch that power play, I know Carolina wants to be aggressive on the kill, and I think some of the goals against, you know, you could argue that there's been some bad luck for them as well, but you can see that New York, when they get on the man advantage, they're making quick work of it. It's winning a face-off, it's get to work, it's move it quick, it's exposing that aggressiveness that Carolina wants to play with on the penalty kill. And if you make 3 consecutive passes in a row, you can expose an aggressive penalty kill. They've been able to do it. To me, what I'm seeing is just a Ranger power play that understands that when they get the man advantage, it's got to be a difference maker. It's not a time to go out there and get a 2-minute rest. They have a sense of urgency to it, a killer instinct, and they've taken advantage here early on. What you don't want for the Hurricanes is that a power play for the Rangers that just gains confidence and just takes off in a series, because that can happen, right? Once you start feeling good about yourself and you just know when you get the power play you're going to score, that's something that can take over a series. The Hurricanes have to find a way. You're right. Stay out of the box early on. Don't give them any early easy looks, and you know, don't take the undisciplined penalties. Jordan Martinook talked about it this morning. They've taken too many stick penalties, and he said we've got to check better with our feet. We've got to do a better job of that. So I think there's going to be a heightened awareness for the Canes tonight to make sure they're not taking penalties that they don't have to take, and give their goaltender a chance to get into the game. Because this power play for the Rangers, when they move it and they've got that confidence that they're playing with, they're dangerous. I know the Canes in the regular season, they were dangerous, but the Rangers have elevated to another level right now in the playoffs, and the Canes have to come up with an answer. The best way to do it is to stay out of the box early on.
Brian Boucher of TNT joining us on the Heister Automotive Group hotline. Let's flip it. I mean, the Canes are 0-5 on their power play in each of the first 2 games of this series. Are they lacking killer instinct? Is that what you're seeing?
I feel that is the case. I think, you know, I think 5-on-5, I think especially in Game 2, they were good at getting pucks to the net and bodies there, and I think they got to take that same approach on the power play. Like, you know, when you get on the man advantage, you don't know how many power plays you're going to get in the playoffs. I mean, I know so far they've had 10 opportunities through 2 games, and, you know, the Rangers have had 9. To me, that's a lot of penalties through 2 games. I don't expect there to be that amount of penalties going forward, and typically I think penalties do go down as series get longer. So if you only get 2 opportunities, you have to go out there with the mindset to get it right away. And I think, you know, the way that they played 5-on-5 in Game 2, where they got a lot of pucks and bodies there, redirections, make it difficult for Shesterkin. They've got to apply that to the power play. And if they do that, I think they can gain some confidence, potentially get a goal. And once they get a goal, I think, maybe they won't be gripping it as much when they get on the power play. But, yeah, I think in the first 2 games, it's been a little too casual on the power play, just not the same type of bite that you've seen from the Rangers in that sense of urgency that I've seen on the other side.
Are the Canes missing Pesce a bit more than maybe we all anticipated they would be missing him going down with that injury and still waiting for him to get back on the ice?
Well, I think he's a very important part to that back end for this team. I mean, for years, when we've looked at the Carolina Hurricanes, we've talked about their back end and how strong it is, and how important a role it plays, and why they're able to play an aggressive style. And Pesce's one of those guys. Yeah, I mean, when you're missing a guy like that, to me, it's it has a trickle down effect. Now you're putting other guys in situations perhaps where they could be exposed, especially when you get into a double overtime game. You have to play certain players in those situations. And look, Tony DeAngelo, I'm sure he's excited to play in this series, but I think if you had to get Rod Brind'Amour to bring out some truth serum, I mean, he would love to have Brett Pesce playing in this series. And I thought Jalen Chatfield was very good in that first round series against the Islanders. A different type of team, right? I think the Rangers are a little bit quicker. I think we're seeing that for Chatfield, it can be a little bit more difficult too against a team like the Rangers, who are quicker and more skilled. So, yeah, I mean, there are certain matchups that can be difficult. Having Pesce out of the lineup, I think, can expose them against a team like the Rangers. So, yeah, it's a big hole. There's no doubt about that.
Brian Boucher, TNT, thank you for taking the time. Before we let you go, on game nights, we give all of our guests a chance to join our kind of fun competition here. We need a first goal scorer prediction from you and in what period it comes, but we're only talking Canes here. So first Canes goal scorer and in what period?
Well, I think they're going to have to come out. They're going to have to get nasty. They're going to have to get in front of Shesterkin. They're going to have to play. They're going to have to play hard, and what better guy to do that than Jordan Martinook? I think Jordan Martinook gets this place going, and he scores in the first period, and it kind of eases the nerves that may be building in Canes fans. But, yeah, so I'll say Martinook first period, an ugly, greasy goal around the net.
Party Marty gets the party started. I like it.
Yeah.
Brian, we appreciate you for taking the time. Have a great call tonight.
All right, thanks a lot. Take care.
Once again, Brian Boucher from TNT. Martinook in the first on a greasy, grimy, gritty early goal to get the crowd into it. I think, obviously he'll be in the building. I think that's a part wishful thinking, right? He wants the place to have the roof blown off early just for the in arena atmosphere.
And if he does, that place is going to go nuts.
Martinook in the first, Party Marty.
I mean,
now we're talking.
That dude's all energy. Dude's like definition of like grinder, team guy, glue guy, like all that wrapped in the one.
fans love him.
Oh yeah.
I'm struggling with the lack of killer instinct on the power play conversation. I'm like that right there. Just the fact that thought is in the ether. I completely understand they're not listening to the show right now. But if you're on the power play for the Carolina Hurricanes and you just know that there are hockey people out there saying your killer instinct on your power play hasn't been there, I mean, you should be seeing red right now. And I'm talking about like not just, your team colors. I'm talking like a bull seeing red, ready to go out there and attack. We are, whatever it is, 23 minutes away from our first goal scorer game. You just heard Brian Boucher's pick. He went with Martinook in the first. 3 of you will have the actual contestant's shot at getting a signed puck if you get it right. You're going to have to call in at 4:33. We'll open up the lines for our first goal scorer game, 4:33.
By the way, Anthony online on YouTube said Jordan Martinook only goal tonight in the third. 1-0 Canes.
Oh, 1-0 Canes. All right, I'll take it. I thought that might have been a Rangers fan in disguise saying they're only going to get one.
Nope.
All right, a game winner in the third for Martinook. 1-0.
That's it.
You want to talk about the anticipation leading to the roof being taken off? That would go-ahead goal in the third from Martinook after no score the entire game. By the way, shout out to Kochetkov if that happens. Big time. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan.
Hey, Dennis Cox here for my friends over at Deep River Sporting Clays and Shooting School. Check them out online, deepriversportingclays.com. I know the weather this weekend, I was looking at it, it's like it's going to be gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous this weekend. People probably want to get outside, enjoy the nice weather, and that's something that Deep River Sporting Clays and Shooting School gives you. It's that wonderful natural outdoor setting. It's a 65-acre area that they have just minutes away from the heart of the Triangle. It's a beautiful setting down there in Deep River down in Sanford. But if you want to have your bachelorette party, anniversary, maybe if you have family coming in from out of town, birthday party, you name it, company event, you can have it at Deep River Sporting Clays and Shooting School because it's more than just a place to shoot. You can contact them ahead of time. So after you get done with your round of clays, they can have food and drink ready for you in their outdoor pavilions. You have the outdoor fire pit. It's an absolutely stunning environment out there. And trust me, they take good care of you out there anytime you go down. I've been down multiple times. They're the best. They are absolutely awesome staff, super friendly. They know their stuff. And if you've never been down there before, one of their expert staff will go out on the course with you. Check them out online, deepriversportingclays.com. Again, deepriversportingclays.com. Let them know Dennis sent you.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. We'll be back with our Cup check-in on 99.9 The Fan. It is Linda Cohn joined Adam Gold earlier today. You'll hear part of that conversation coming up.
Game on.
Let's go, Canes!
Go Canes!
Anxious left circle, one-timer, he scores!
It's the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Move to Svechnikov, Burns, rebound, score, Seth Jarvis.
Let's go Canes!
Verdeen wide open, rebound, and what a save by Andersen!
The Canes' road to the Stanley Cup runs through us. 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle sports leader.
It's time for the Coastal Scholar Athlete of the Month.
This is Creighton Blackwell from Coastal Credit Union. This month, we're at Fuquay Arena High School with our newest Scholar Athlete of the Month, Kenzie Smith.
How long have you been playing softball?
About 9 years. I've played since I was like 10 or something like that. My sister brought me into the sport. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here.
What does it mean to you to be recognized for your work as a student athlete?
It means a lot. Like, I'm glad I'm able to represent the school and the team of what the meaning of the bingle means. Bingle ball is like always something the old coach here, Coach Clark, would say. It's always like, give it everything you got. Whether you're in school, whether it's in life, you just gotta give it everything you got, and I'm glad I was able to represent that.
She's always encouraging. If she's not leading by telling people, she's leading people by example.
She's a quiet leader. Like, she's not necessarily the loudest one. She's not always the one that's going to be barking orders and things like that, but she leads by example in a quiet way.
She had a walk-off hit out here in a huge game, so we found it fitting that for her to have that night.
Kind of brought the team up and then encouraged us to keep fighting for next games that we would have.
But that night was pretty special.
Congratulations, Kenzie.
For 20 years, 99.9 The Fan and Coastal Credit Union have been recognizing scholar athletes at Triangle area schools. If you'd like to nominate a high school athlete, head to WRALSportsFan.com, keyword award.
Hey, it's Meredith in Thesis Jewelers in Garner. Mother's Day is right around the corner, and who else better to shop with than a mother-daughter team? My mom and I have handpicked every item in the store. Some of our favorites is the popular Diamond Flex Bangles, Diamond Hoops, and our Emphasis upgradable Diamond Stud program. But all moms really love the Diamond Tennis necklaces. We have them in all sizes and colors. I can assure you we have an unbelievable selection that any mom will love. It's already been mom approved. So shop in Thesis Jewelers this Mother's Day to find that perfect gift she would cherish for a lifetime.
Graham Hill for Underdog Sportsbook. Sports betting has arrived in North Carolina, and Underdog is entering the game. They've been working hard to create a sportsbook app using their own technology for the American sports fan. A simple, fresh experience with straightforward language that fans can understand and design that's just as appealing. The launch version is great, but it'll get better as it grows. This app will be tailored to the user experience, so you'll help shape its future. Your favorite teams, players, and sports are included and are ready to make a bet. The hockey postseason is in full effect. I'm a fan of selecting the over-under on goals, assists, and points, just like in the pro basketball postseason with points, rebounds, and assists. It's that easy. Download the Underdog Sportsbook app on iOS or Android and sign up with promo code HILL. And new customers will get $100 back in bonus funds when they make a $10 minimum deposit and a first bet of $5 or more. That's Underdog Sportsbook. Promo code HILL. Must be 21 plus to gamble and present in North Carolina. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov or call call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms, conditions, and restrictions apply and can be found in the Underdog Sportsbook app.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. It's time for the Cup check-in on 99.9 The Fan, served up by the Dugout Tavern and Grill, Apex's premier sports bar, and an official member of the Canes Bar Network. Adam Gold was joined earlier today by Linda Cohn of ESPN to help set the stage for tonight's Game 3 between the Canes and the Rangers. Here's part of that conversation between Adam and Linda.
Vinny Trocheck, as Carolina fans know, is amazing. I've been a fan of his since I got to interview him when he was a Florida Panther, and born in Pittsburgh, and great guy, great human, great character guy. And when the Rangers got him, it was instant success. He had career highs last year, and then of course this year making everyone around him better, especially Brad Artemi Panarin, right, with his career year. So, and then him scoring that double OT winner, it's unreal. So, yeah, I mean, listen, I picked Rangers in 7 before this series. So they're not going away, these Carolina Hurricanes. I get that. But as we all know, and your listeners know, tonight has to be the night they put it all together, right?
No question. And I don't think anybody should be afraid to admit that it's got to be a win tonight. Doesn't mean that it's impossible, but it also is an indication that it's not going to happen if you can't get it done in Game 3. I also don't think it's as easy as saying, because this is what I get, and I'm too active on Twitter during games, and I get involved in conversations because, this is part of what I do. I feel like I tweet during the game.
You have to do that. You're a talk show host. You're on the radio. It's important for you to interact regularly.
Exactly. And I try not to let it distract me during the game. But it's too easy to say you have to stay out of the penalty box. You're not going to. So what you have to do is you have to do what the Rangers have done, is you have to kill them off. And Carolina's probably got to change the way they do it. I heard Mark Messier on one of the, I guess he was on with Pat McAfee on ESPN, and he said, the Hurricanes have to change the way they kill penalties. They're too aggressive, and the Rangers are eating it alive.
Yeah, and listen, when the Messiah speaks, you listen. Okay, but you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that special teams have killed Carolina, and they've been elite for the Rangers, and that's why the Rangers have a 2-game-to-none lead. And remember, every game is a 1-goal game. Right. 2 games, 4-3, boom. So I mean, it's just that close, Carolina, and their fans should realize they're right there, a bounce here, a bounce there, but the Canes had opportunities to score on the power play. They were 0 for 5 the first 2 games, each game 0 for 5. So you can't complain, the Rangers got this call. The Rangers are just taking what the refs are giving them, but it's their effort, their work ethic, and their speed, and that's how they're attracting, Carolina to take these penalties. Of course, before the game series started, I remember hearing Rod Brindamore say, "We got to stay out of the box," type of thing, and. You could, to your point, Adam, you could say that to the cows come home. But if the other team is making you stop them and slow them down and take penalties, that's just, you have to credit the other team. And, you have to figure out way. I don't know what that way is. How do you change how you kill penalties?
They killed to me. They killed the after the Kreider goal. They killed the next two in the third period. So apparently it's possible. So because we saw it happen, right?
Possible, right? Everything is possible, exactly. But to the other points, like the Rangers have been so successful in the PK, like both. Yeah. Sometimes, a lot of times, right? We see even with successful playoff teams, right? The power play goes, but the PK is mediocre, or the PK is awesome and the power play is mediocre. Rangers, knock on wood, Ranger fans. I mean, everything's clicking right now, but it's only 2 games, and again, until they held serve at home, the Rangers. Now we'll see what Carolina can do, and I know how crazy that building is going to be, not welcoming. And let me ask you something,
Sure.
Adam, I will say this as a long time, since I was a little girl Ranger fan. Ranger fans travel well, but something about your building, I don't think they'll be able to get a lot of seats. I think you guys are going to take care of that.
Oh, no. There'll be plenty of Rangers fans here. Lyndon, so you're a transplant out in L.A. There's a lot of New Yorkers that have moved out there, right? A lot of people that grew up in New York now live in L.A. or their families are from back east. We have it here. Like half of the Maine County are not necessarily from New York, but are from northern cities. So there are a ton of Rangers fans. Heck, I grew up
sorry to hear that, Adam.
No, it's fine. It's all good. I actually love that part of the atmosphere.
Once again, that is Adam and Linda Cohn. Adam Gold, who hosts the Adam Gold Show before this one right here on 99.9 The Fan, and Linda Cohn of ESPN talking hockey as part of our Cup check-in on 99.9 The Fan. That one was served up by the Dugout Tavern and Grill, Apex's premier sports bar and official member of the Canes Bar Network. That's the Dugout Tavern and Grill. Now to continue talking Canes on a big game day for the Canes, Game 3 down 0-2. They bring it back home. Let's hit our Hurri-Cons and Cons. Let's do it.
The thing froze.
Let's hit
it. The thing froze. Give me a second.
Let's hit it.
The thing froze. We're going to get there.
Hurri-Cons and Cons. Hurri-Confidence and Concerns.
There it is.
Hurri-Cons and Cons. What are you most confident in? What are you most concerned about? And then we have to update our Hurri-Confidence meter, which for the first time in a long time went in the wrong direction.
And in 9 minutes, we have first goal scorer.
9 minutes, we have first goal scorer. First goal scorer.
433.
Go ahead and get that those dialing fingers ready. I'll start with my concern because you have good news, bad news. You always start with the bad news.
All right.
Pyotr Kochetkov in goal.
Oh, really?
I'm a massive fan of Pyotr Kochetkov. He's being put in a really tough spot.
Pretty tough situation.
And I agree with Brian Boucher, who we had on earlier, who said the first 10 minutes are going to decide everything. I will be chomping my fingernails, nervous, the first 10 minutes of the game to see what Kochetkov's form is. And once you get by there, I'll start trusting him a bit more. But it's just he hasn't played in a month.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's go out there and stonewall the Rangers in a must-win game. Good luck. And then you just walk away. Like, high five, bud. Make it happen, Captain. You just keep it rolling. That's a tough spot to be. So I'm concerned less so with like who Pyotr Kochetkov is or what his talent level is or his status as the future goaltender of the Canes, and more so as I don't care who you are. The situation he's being put in today is a pretty darn tough one to be in. What's your concern, Dennis?
Special teams.
Oh.
Simple as that. I'm going low-hanging fruit on here because it is the obvious thing. 0 for 10 on the power play. You've given up 4 power play goals. That's a -4. You've killed 3 of your own penalties or your own power play opportunities with penalties of your own. To me, it's special teams right now.
Svetch.
Until you're – if you're just even on special teams, you're winning. Simple as that. Just got to be even. That's it.
1 for
even.
10, you're probably 1-1 coming back home.
That's it.
If you go 1 for 10 on the power play, you're probably 1-1 coming back home.
Or you don't overcommit and get overly aggressive into the corner on Chris Kreider's power play game-tying goal in Game 3. That too. You just have to be even because right now, 5-on-5, we've said it. We hear the experts like Brian Boucher saying it. 5-on-5, Canes are awesome. They're outscoring the Rangers 6-4
Helps
in
when
that
guys
regard.
like Gensel are doing what they're doing and Aho are doing what they're doing.
Yeah, but the special
now
teams
do that
does
on
matter.
power play.
Exactly. Do that and on the penalty kill.
And on
do
the PK.
that too. So to me right now, it's special teams. I know it's low-hanging fruit and it's easy, but easy.
Do you know what is interesting? And this just goes to show how, maybe I was missing something.
What's that?
The one kind of positive I had for the PK sometimes was they're actually getting some decent shorthanded opportunities.
Oh yeah.
And now we're starting to hear from the analysts going they're way too aggressive on the PK. They need to dial it back and just kill penalties because the Rangers are eating it up. And I'm going oh, so that's why they were getting the shorthanded opportunities?
Well, I think it's the aggressiveness in terms of how far you're chasing the puck, towards up to the corner near the blue line. Because if you chase the puck up there and they move it past you, that's a long way for you to recover.
Confidence. Let's jump to confidence. That's more fun.
Yes.
My confidence, and I actually wrote this as his the full thing. Sebastian Gosh-Darn-Aho.
Yeah, there you go.
3 assists in the second game. Controlled the action. He does a lot of the little winning plays. He's less afraid to mix it up than you'd think. He doesn't mind getting a little physical. I am just a very, very big fan of Sebastian Aho. And, I always get nervous in these situations because that the wins and losses kind of only count against the stars, right? Sebastian Aho is going to go down as a guy who, Sebastian Aho didn't make it out of the second round. And if he doesn't, which is why I'm nervous, and no one's gonna go Jordan Martinook didn't make it out of the second round, even though they're all contributing, right? They're all playing big minutes. So I'm confident in Aho. He's played well. He had 3 points in the last game, and I think he'll do it again tonight. Not 3 points. I think he'll play well again tonight. Kind of bold to predict 3 points.
All right, mine for me.
Yep. What's your confidence?
You're back home.
That helps.
That's really, you are back home. It's also confidence for knowing that you've been in every single one of these games. It's not like you've been outclassed and you're we have to play absolutely perfect just to have a chance to win the game. With all the flaws that we've mentioned, you've lost by 1 in each game, and it took double overtime to beat you in the last one as well. You're right there.
I swing like a pendulum between, it was only 1 goal, 1 was in overtime, and it doesn't matter. It's 0-2.
Exactly. It's still 0-2.
I swing back and forth. It depends on the vibe.
Both can be true.
Both can be true.
Both can be 100% true, but you're at home today. Take care of business today, and guess what? You're right back in it.
Let's update the Her Confidence meter. We have to dial it back about 50%. We had it all the way right to plan the parade.
Mm-hmm.
Since the last time we've updated it, there's been 2 losses. 0-2, card stacked against you. Only 14% of teams in NHL playoff series, 7-game series, that go down 0-2 go on to win. I'm not throwing it all the way down to the bottom. The slice straight in the middle, 50% is in Rod We Trust. I still think they'll be ready to play today. I still think there's no, hey, everybody, we got to change over everything if this doesn't win. Oh gosh, we need a new this, a new that. I still like the core of the team. I'm still confident, but I mean, you got to call a spade at some point and say I'm not as confident as I was coming off of a round 1 victory against the Islanders. Could we have? 0-2. I've been saying all year that we only judge it off of, are you going to win the cup? It's Stanley Cup or bust.
Yeah.
Should we have taken it further?
No. In Rob we trust.
We could have taken another half slice back.
No. We're not at the point where can Justin Williams suit up.
No. I'm saying half we're.
Oh, this might be our year? Okay.
No, I don't like moving it in the wrong direction.
I don't like moving it there either.
All year it was just let's inch it up a little bit. We're doing better. Inch it up a little bit, a little more confident. Inch it up a little better. There's a little wiggle there in November, December. But other than that, we've been planning the parade for a long time. What are we going to do with all these blueprints? What are we going to do with all these parade routes?
Save them because we're getting there.
We're not throwing them out.
No,
but they're in the drawer for the day.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's fine. We can put them in the folder to the side.
Yeah.
We'll take care of some other things, take care of these other projects a little bit more immediate, and then we'll get back to playing in the parade.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. 100% the plan. You know what? That's fine. We'll take care of some other stuff.
That is the plan. All right, let's get to some first goal score. For every playoff game, we're giving away, or we're trying to give away, a signed puck by one of your favorite Canes. What we need to have happen is we need one of the contestants to call in and get their prediction right. The prediction we're looking for is who's going to score the first goal for the Canes and in what period will they score it. Some examples. Paul Ihander, who hosts Next Up from 9 to 10 here on 99.9 The Fan, our program director. Svech in the first period. Graham Hill, who's a producer on 99.9 The Fan. Slavin in the first period. Kat Campbell, WRAL, gave us the tailgate weather report earlier. Mostly good weather, by the way. Aho in the first. Brian Boucher from TNT we had on the show. Martinuk in the first. Now, the three contestants, we're going to take three contestants on the phones, 919-860-5326. They can't double up. Everybody else is just playing for bragging rights. The three contestants can't have the same player in the same period. Everybody else, for bragging rights, you can go ahead and put them anywhere you want, even if it's been said before. Also, you can tweet it at us, at Donnelly Sports, at The Fan Rookie, or at 99.9 The Fan. That's my Twitter handle, Dennis's Twitter handle, and the station's Twitter handle. So it's at Donnelly Sports, at The Fan Rookie, or at 99.9 The Fan. You can send those in and who you think is going to score and in what period you think they will be the first scorer for the Carolina Hurricanes. If you get it right, that's just for bragging rights. But, I mean, what's more important than bragging rights, right? We've got three on the line already. We'll start with Casey and Gardner on the Heister Automotive Group hotline. Casey, who will score the first goal for the Canes and in what period?
It will be Aho early in the first.
Early in the first. I like when they get more specific. All right, that one is kind of straight down the middle. We see why he did it, because he's the leading scorer, and he's playing well. So we appreciate the call. Sit on the line. Dennis has some info he needs to get from you. That goes to the next caller, David in Durham. David, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, David. Who is going to score the first goal for the Canes, and in what period?
All right. Last game I went with Aho, and he almost come through with me. This time we're going to go Jake Gensel.
Playoff Gensel.
Sure.
You are
what period?
What period?
We're going to go first.
All right.
First period. Okay. That. I mean, last game would have been a good prediction on that one. But we'll see if it works for you this time. David, sit on the line. Dennis will get some info from you. I was reading Graham on my list. Dennis, don't.
What? Thank you.
Barry in Smithfield. Barry, are you there?
Yes.
All right, you are the third and final contestant for Game 3's first goal scorer contest. Who will score the first goal of the game for the Canes and in what period?
Well, my first caller took my pick, but I'll say Svech in the first.
Svech in the first. This is, by the way, great pick. Appreciate it. I think that one would go a long way towards helping the Canes if Svech gets it going early. Sit on the line. We'll hear from you, Dennis will get some info from you in a minute. This is the most, I would say, chalky that we've had. Up until this point, we've had some creative picks each time. Aho, Gensel, and Svech. Those were the three picks by our contestants. Those also happen to be top-line guys that get a lot of shots and create a lot of opportunities. Not saying they're bad picks. I'm actually saying they're good picks. But nobody was going to branch out and give us like a Staal in the first or something crazy like, Dmitry Orlov in the second. We didn't get any of those real crazy ones. But I can't ask you to do something I wouldn't do. And I would probably be picking one of the three guys that were chosen. Matter of fact, I will give you who I'm going to go with. And it is one of the three that were chosen. And it is somebody that broke out in Game 2. Jake Gensel in the first. I mean, playoff Gensel is back. I think he figured it out, and I think he is going to be hunting for his goal. And whether it's a deflection or a hammer to the back of the net, he's now had one of each in the last in Game 2. So I am riding with David, one of our contestants, who said Jake Gensel in the first. I'd already written it down. I don't like changing mine, so that's what I'm rolling with. Jake Gensel in the first.
All right, TJ just called in. TJ said Jarvis in the first 7 minutes of the first period.
I love specific
I
predictions.
love it.
I love specific predictions. Everybody knows that about me by now. That's weirdly specific. Like 7, not 8. 7.
First 7 minutes. Otto on our YouTube live stream says Marty on the PK late in the second. So a shorty.
Interesting.
I love that too.
Marty,
give
on
me
the
that
PK.
as well.
That's all that. Everything I just said about like maybe they're being too aggressive and maybe they're trying for too many shorthanded goals. No. They're not trying hard enough for the shorthanded goals.
We're gonna get them shorties. Hey, you know what? That's fine. If you get a shorthanded goal and your power play doesn't score, but you get shorties, that's fine too. That's
if you want to kill a penalty while scoring, you will not hear me complain.
So TJ said in the first 7 minutes of the game, Jarvis in the first. Also, we had online Will say Kuzi in the first period. Jacob said Jake Gensel
on Twitter
on YouTube Live.
Let me get one from Twitter, and just because I asked for a more like a off the beaten path one.
All right.
Jason a couple minutes ago says Orlov by heat-seeking missile in the first. There's also a Sebastian Aho in the first coming from Omar. There's a whole bunch.
Omar coming.
Hey.
There you go.
I'm not going to keep
We
whistling.
also had Matt say Aho in the first with the first goal in the second period. Excuse me on that one. So we have
the first goal in the second period.
The first goal in the second period.
That's like I need you to turn left right now.
Let's see. We also again had Martinuk only goal in the game coming in the third period. A lot of Martinuk love here today.
I don't
hate it either.
Brian Boucher, Martinuk.
Exactly.
Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe there's a lot of like peeking off Brian's paper. They're like, he knows what he's talking about. I'm gonna say what he's gonna say. Dennis, you haven't given yours.
I have not. So you said Gensel in the first, right?
I said Gensel in the first.
This game feels like to me a Steph Nason moment. Give me Steph Nason in the first period.
Give
me Steph Nason in the first 6 minutes of this game today.
Just to be clear,
yes,
he played 6 minutes.
That's
in
fine.
Game 2,
and he's gonna get some time here today, and he's gonna score. Because guess what? Where two of the goals that we saw scored on Tuesday were net front presence. Where does that dude make his living? Right there in front of the net. This is gonna be a Steph Nason. Dirty, greasy, grimy, gritty goal.
Just
Steph Nason.
Just let everybody in on a little behind the scenes. When Brian Boucher of TNT, who we had on the show at the beginning of the hour, was talking out who his first goal scorer prediction was going to be, he was going like, I think it's going to be a greasy. I think it's going to be right in front of the net. Dennis was in my headset speaking only to me, not over the air, going, if he says Steph Nason. He did not. He said Jordan Martinuk. But he just kind of described a Steph Nason goal.
Yes.
It's just going to be scored by Jordan Martinuk. So it's also a Martinuk goal. What am I doing? So there you go. You can keep them coming on Twitter, at Donnelly Sports, at The Fan Rookie, or at 99.9 The Fan. They'll all make it to us. Go ahead and let us know who you think scores the first goal and in what period. And if you get it right, we will definitely give you your props. We'll give you your credit. We will praise you on the show tomorrow. With that being said, I'm Tim Donnelly, and I want to tell you about my friends over at Capital Financial Advisory Group. And yes, that includes our guy, Coach Pete. Right now, you can call. I'll give you the number, 800-691-3215 right now, or you can text my name, Tim, to 600-700, and you will get 7 baby steps. 7 baby steps. It's a box set all about information that can help you take control of your retirement for free. You'll get the box set for free. You'll also get a golden ticket. That's Coach Pete's special golden ticket, which is a $1,000 value to use for your very own total and customized retirement plan. If you're ready to tackle your financial future head on, Coach Pete can help you regain control of your financial situation once and for all. We're talking about 22 steps done behind the scenes to make sure there's not anything missed in your retirement plan. We're talking about 8-foot whiteboards with color-coded markers to explain to you everything going on with your money, because at the end of the day, it is just that. Your money, and you want to know everything that's happening with it. Call 800-691-3215. That's 800-691-3215. Let them know we sent you. Or text Tim to 600-700. That's 600-700. Again, one more time for the phone number, 800-691-3215. Tell them you heard about it right here on 99.9 The Fan, listening to The Drive. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, some people are questioning Jordan Staal's leadership in the face of adversity in the second round. Is that a warranted question? Stick around.
Is your heating and air system ready for hot weather? Call Newcomb & Company today to schedule a routine maintenance and ensure your system is operating at peak performance. Become a Comfort Contract customer to receive priority service and a 15% discount on service calls and repairs for HVAC and plumbing work. Newcomb & Company has served the area as a Carrier Factory authorized dealer for more than 3 generations. Turn to the experts today. Call 919-862-3000 or find us at newcombandcompany.com. Newcomb & Company and Carrier. Your comfort is our business.
Oh, this North Carolina Education Lottery Winners Club espresso is strong.
Pace yourself. New winners tend to overdo it on the coffee. And with new scratch-offs out, well...
Hey guys, I'm a new winner. My name's Steve. What's your name? I really love this coffee. Wow, this place is great. Glad I grabbed a new scratch-off. Okay, nice to meet you. Gonna get a massage. Ooh, I think I need to relax.
Told you.
This month's tickets pack $135 million in total prizes. The Winners Club awaits. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall to winning range 1 in 3.41 to 4.25. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Where can you find a place that not only offers amazing food, but also a super unique and fun atmosphere? Hey, it's Victoria Bodenecker here to tell you that place is Norse Brewing Company in Wake Forest. There's also Norse Brewing Longhouse in Zebulon, but both locations offer a mouth-watering menu with a Scandinavian twist. They also make all of their adult beverages in-house. Plus, speaking of the aesthetic, you will completely embrace your inner Viking when you go here. Don't just take my word for it, though. Please go check them out for yourself. Find out more information at norsebrewingco.com.
Get ready. The Chatley Boat Show and Sale is coming to the State Fairgrounds May 17th through the 19th. The Car Scott building will be filled to the max with boats ready for immediate delivery featuring Suzuki outboards, shop center console, runabouts, deck boats, bass boats, pontoons, aluminum boats, and more, all under one roof. Boat Show only savings, discounts up to $8,000, factory rebates, and special financing on site. The Chatley Boat Show and Sale May 17th through 19th at the Car Scott building on the State Fairgrounds featuring Suzuki outboards, free admission, and parking.
At Ram, all we do is trucks. And now during Ram season, all we do is offer great deals on our trucks, including Ram 2500 and Ram 3500 heavy-duty pickups. Or get a great deal and drive home the 2024 Ram 1500. It's the most luxurious Ram 1500 ever, based on standard and available features offered. Ram 1500 also has purpose-driven technology and advanced safety and security features for enhanced maneuverability. And right now during Ram season, it's the perfect time to get one. Hurry to your local Ram dealer today. Ram is a registered trademark.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up! And call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
The chase for the cup is on. And if you're looking to light the lamp, nothing beats the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, one of America's top-rated sportsbook apps. DraftKings has you covered with same-game parlays, live betting, odds boosts, and so much more. This week, all North Carolina customers can place a pre-game money line bet on Carolina, and if they lead by at least 2 goals at any time during the game, you win, even if they end up losing the game. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code TIMD, that's TIMD with no spaces. New customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's code TIMD only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-185-543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. 1 early win per opted-in customer. Max bets limits apply. Token expires at the start of the game. See dkng.co/ice for wagering eligibility and terms.
The Body Armor State Games are in Charlotte this June, North Carolina's largest sports festival of the year. Athletes of all ages and skills can register now at bodyarmorstategames.org.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Game 3, Canes, Rangers, PNC Arena, Raleigh. Tonight, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock Stormwatch. All right here on 99.9 The Fan. Canes are down 0-2. And I was surprised. You know what? I was surprised. Because obviously I'm trying to make sure that here on the show we're talking about the things that the fans are talking about, right? I want to make sure we're in tune with Canes Nation.
Keep a pulse.
Yeah, exactly. Keep a pulse of what's going on in Canes fandom. I've seen a lot of questions about Jordan Staal. And not questions that are just like, every player has, why didn't they make this play? Or why didn't they get on this puck? Or why didn't they shoot it? Not the specifics that come with being a player in a professional sport. Is it appropriate to question Jordan Staal's leadership? When a team appears to have some kind of, they're so good in the regular season and something happens in the postseason, not just this year, right? Because I don't think this year is over by any stretch. Tonight's a must win, but that's why you got to play the game. But you look at the last couple and now you're down 0-2. I'm seeing a lot of same old Canes. Jordan Staal, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to answer this question in two ways. One, I do think it's a fair question to ask. When a team appears to have a block in postseason, there will always be questions about the leaders. Always. Do you know what a lot of people are doing right now in the NBA? They're backtracking on things that said Jalen Brunson couldn't be the best player on a contender. Because as he's in the postseason actively proving that he can be the best player on a contender, everyone's going like, well, I wasn't talking about that Jalen Brunson. Never mind. Or they're doing my favorite thing, which is deleting tweets and then going, I never said that. That's the 2024 way to handle things.
Yeah, just own it.
I think some people, there are certain types of leaders that fans just wish they were different, right? Everybody wants their hockey leaders to, every time there's any kind of slight against anybody, they do their talking with their fist. You want Ray Lewis, right? You want Drew Brees. You want him mic'd up giving a win one for your brothers speech. And if you're not that type of leader, fans will point to that each and every time you don't have unbelievable success. And every single time you show any kind of falter as a team, they're looking at that guy. He doesn't give good speeches. It's like, well, not always fair.
I think, are you in the locker room?
True. He might give the best speeches.
He might.
He might be full, the Tom Brady roast just took place. Mm-hmm. Every Patriots player involved with that was like, no, Bill Belichick's a funny guy. Y'all don't get to see it. In the locker room, he's a funny guy. Jordan Staal might be the most rah-rah person on the planet. And just, he's the rah-rah person when Belichick is funny. Like when the doors are shut and it's only the inner circle. Probably not, but maybe. Here's, and this is, you talk about sports long enough, you talk about sports often enough, you get certain core pillars of your beliefs that just become, not fact because everything can be debated, but that become things that you build a lot of your opinions off of. One of the things that I believe about leadership and about team building is the most important thing to lead a locker room full of high-level athletes is authenticity. The moment you walk into a locker room as a player or a coach and you are trying to put on an air, you are trying to put on a front, you are trying to put on something that you are not, they will suss it out in 2 seconds. They are the kings. Locker rooms are the kings of what's your favorite song. And what I mean by that is if you walk in and someone goes, who's your favorite artist? And you say, I'm a big, and you try to sound cool, right? You go, I'm a massive,
big Travis Scott guy.
Zeppelin fan. Yeah, whatever vibe you're trying to put off, the locker room will immediately, if you are lying, go, what's your favorite song? The one that I just heard. I'm not good with titles.
The one that just dropped. I can't remember.
I'm not good with titles. Yeah, the Led Zeppelin song that just came out. That's the one. That's the one that I'm. That's the one that I. It just, and it's not always that obvious. But my point is, a locker room susses out inauthentic actions quicker than anything. If you're not that guy, You can't be that guy. That's not to say you can't be an effective leader. It's just to say you have to lead in your way. So if you want Jordan Staal every time Jarvis gets put into the boards to drop his gloves and go fight like he's the older cousin on the playground, you're not going to get that. And you don't want him to do that because that's not him. What you want him to do is be a steady Eddie, calming presence for everyone on that team that's winning faceoffs, that's defending at a high level, and is showing up every day to do the work. You may say that's not the type of leader I want to follow. I would say nobody in that locker room is saying that. Everyone in that locker room, it is a great culture. Right? You can't be, Kane's culture is great. Rod needs to come back because he's built the culture. You need to protect the core because of Kane's culture. They go down 0-2 in the second round. You're like, I hate the people that built this culture. You can't do that.
Mm-mm.
You can't. It might just be this. Winning a Stanley Cup is really, really, really difficult. And you can do, in some ways, everything right. A little bit of puck luck goes against you, and you're down 0-2 in the second round. So my official response to all of the questions about Jordan Staal's leadership is this. It's a fair time to ask the question. But the answer is he's a good enough leader to win a Stanley Cup. The answer is he's a good enough leader for the Canes to get to the top of their expectations and goals. The answer is he is a good enough leader and he is a good enough culture setter and a good enough tone setter and a good enough leader of that locker room to make it as far as they need to make it. I've had some great leaders on bad teams that I played on.
Oh yeah, likewise.
It's not always just do you have the leadership to win. You need the talent, you need the luck, you need the injury luck, you need the matchup luck. And you need just to be peaking at the right time and be, take care of your business. But it's not just, is the leader good enough to lead you? I would play for Jordan Staal.
Oh, yeah.
I've never played hockey before, other than a couple like pickup fun deals. But I've never played organized hockey before in my life. I'd go out there and say, Jordan, what do you need me to do?
Mm-hmm.
He'd probably say, can you make it to that thing over there called the bench? And I'd go, deal.
Got it. On it. I'll get there as fast as I can.
I'll be over there if you need me.
And your captain is supposed to be like the second voice to your head coach. Like the captain has to have the trust of the head coach, that whatever the head coach is saying to the team in meetings and such, that when the guys are just in the locker room themselves and the coaching staff isn't there, that the captain is echoing exactly what the head coach is saying. There has to be alignment. There's got to be alignment there, right? We are stealing our favorite term for the Carolina Panthers. That's been a key thing. There's a reason why the Carolina Hurricanes are the only franchise in the NHL the last 6 seasons to have won in the postseason. The only one. No other franchise can say that. Yeah, I know there's some others that have cups and so forth. I get it. But you don't do that unless you have a good captain and good coaching and good talent.
Good face-off guy. He is quite literally, and this is not me speaking, this is the award voters, one of the 3 best defensive forwards in the league.
Selke trophy.
And he's in his mid-30s.
Yeah.
Like, that's somebody that cares, and he's doing it the right way. On the ice, you can't complain. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan.
Hey, Dennis Cox here for my friends over at Loan Pronto. Imagine waking up this time next week and being 100% debt-free of credit cards, no car loan, no personal loan. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line can make it happen. Homeowners are turning their home equity into cash almost instantly. With Loan Pronto's AI-based system, you can get approval in about 10 minutes with almost no documentation, no appraisal, and no hassle. You can get hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your home. Use that money to pay off all your other loans. The average homeowner saves over $850 a month doing this. Listen, your home value, it's way up. You can use that to wipe out all those credit cards. Get some money for a home improvement. Literally hundreds of thousands are at your fingertips, and approval is just minutes away. Call now, 919-381-1760, 919-381-1760, loanpronto.com, 919-381-1760, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, equal housing lender.
We are just about, 2 hours to puck drop for the Carolina Hurricanes against the New York Rangers. We have the starting five to help you get ready coming up next.
It's the Stanley Cup playoffs.
They score! Aho from inside the blue line. Let the shot go. There was traffic, and Carolina has tied it with less than 5 minutes here in the first.
Storm Watch with Adam Gold at 6. Puck Drop at 7.
They'll score! Jake Gensel! And Gensel is second in the game, and another late period goal. Just what the doctor ordered.
On your exclusive home for the Carolina Hurricanes, 99.9 The Fan.
It's back.
Words you never want to hear when it comes to plumbing. Better call NCK's Plumbing and Backflow. We're Wake County's first choice for plumbing services. We can save the day all kinds of ways. We offer water heaters, drain cleaning, backflow testing, and more, and use state-of-the-art technology to diagnose and repair existing problems. You'll want us back because we recommend the most cost-effective and energy-efficient solutions. CKSplumbing.com, Wake County's first choice for residential and commercial plumbing services.
QC Kinetics provided amazing pain relief for a former professional baseball player, and you have access to the same life-changing treatments as retired Braves pitcher Jose Alvarez.
I put a lot of stress and strain and work on my right arm, but my right elbow took most of the damage with 3 surgeries.
Arthritis developed, and the pain was unbearable.
It wasn't just pain when I was trying to play sports. It was anytime I was moving the right elbow. It was pretty excruciating at times.
That's when Jose discovered QC Kinetics and the regenerative treatments that help the body heal itself, restoring damaged tissue and providing relief with no surgery or downtime. Jose's message to the medical professionals at QC Kinetics?
My elbow is feeling outstanding. Where were you 10 years ago, for crying out loud?
QC Kinetics is right here. Call for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 919-400-5473. That's 919-400-5473. QC Kinetics, 919-400-5473.
Adam Gold in studio with my friend Dallas Rhule from the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. I have more windows in my house than doors, but if I wanted to change out windows, how long does this whole thing take?
So, typical job, couple of days, 2-3 days, and that's complete. It's very unintrusive. A lot of these home improvement projects, it can take weeks or months. You can beautify your home. You can make it more energy efficient. You can make the windows that are a lot easier to use and clean, and you can do it quickly. It's 2 to 3 day job usually. 2 to 3 days. And how many different types of windows do you have? Where do I begin? We don't have that much time. We got colors, options. These things are custom made to your specifications, sized perfectly to fit the openings. Can you put a window where I don't have a window? We do it all the time. Unbelievable. Dallas Rhule from the Aluminum Company of North Carolina, 800-672-4348 on Hamlin Road in Durham, aluminumcompany.com for windows, right? Absolutely. And doors.
Where'd y'all go last week? Well, we've been watching our budget. So no going out? Oh yeah, we're going out, just hitting all the specials. First, we hit the House of Hops. That's Jerome's favorite spot. Big savings on Monday and Wednesdays. Mix and match craft beer and 25% off on to-go growlers. Oh, it's a great place to relax. You know, the Mix has some good specials and they're across the street. You have to check out their wine tastings once a month and their live music schedule, plus $5 draft beer on Thursdays. Then Saturday, it's salt and lime brunch, and Monday they have $5 margaritas. Wait, what about Sharky's? Oh, sweetie, you know Sharky's is special all the time. So you're just going in a circle. House of Hops, Salt and Lime, the Mix, then Sharky's. House of Hops, Salt and Lime, the Mix, then Sharky's. Sounds like a vicious cycle. Well, I wouldn't say it's a vicious cycle. More like a wonderful cycle. Yeah, sounds like a cycle I need to be riding.
House of Hops, the Mix, Salt and Lime, and Sharky's. Definitely a cycle you should be riding. Hope to see you soon.
It's not too late for a deep spring cleaning on your home. Give my friends at Zero Res a call, 919-995-0000. Schedule today and get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned for only $105 and take $100 off your air duct cleaning. Make sure to mention me, Tim from 99.9 The Fan.
This hour of buzzer-beating, nail-biting, edge-of-your-seat sports action on 99.9 The Fan is powered by
Ritchie Law Firm Injury Lawyers.
Visit GotBryan.com.
That's GotBryan.com.
WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. Take us with you on radio, web, app, Alexa, and YouTube. 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle Sports leader.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm WRAL meteorologist Mike Mays. Looks like it should remain dry this evening and overnight, the low 65. Still a chance for storms tomorrow. There's a level 1 risk in our eastern counties, the high temperature 81. Much cooler and less humid Saturday, the high 74.
Weather update brought to you by Newcomb & Company, where your comfort is their business. Visit newcombandcompany.com. 5 o'clock check of your money. Dow Jones is up 331 points today to 39,387. Market update brought to you by Habitat for Humanity Restore, now selling brand new solid wood custom cabinets. Learn more at trianglerestores.org. The Body Armor State Games are in Charlotte this June, North Carolina's largest sports festival of the year. Athletes of all ages and skills can register now at bodyarmorstategames.org.
It's 5 o'clock. Time to serve up the biggest sports stories of the day. Here comes your starting five.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. 5 o'clock on a Thursday, 5 o'clock on a hockey night in Carolina. The game will be right here on 99.9 The Fan. You can hear Mike and Tripp and the crew. And in between our show and the Canes-Rangers Game 3, there will be Stormwatch with Adam Gold. So just keep your dial right here.
Let's go.
You always know it's
Let's get this win.
You always know it's a hockey game when you just hear the "Let's go" and clapping from Dennis.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's also the starting five, served up by Ritchie Law Firm, Injury Lawyers. Visit gotbrian.com. That's gotbrian.com. The starting five, as always, starts with number 5. Pyotr Kochetkov getting the start in net for the Canes. Correct decision, I believe. Not an easy situation for Pyotr. He's stepping into it reminds me, do you know what it's like? This is exactly what it's like. I'll go cross-sport analogy with it. It's bringing in one of your bullpen guys and the bases are loaded. It's like, yeah, you didn't put any of these guys on base, but you have to make sure they don't score. Good luck, right? Strike the first guy out, double play, get out of the jam, you'll be good to go. Then you can settle in, and the next inning is kind of your inning. But, like Pyotr Kochetkov, you weren't out there when we went down 0-2. But you're going into the game, and you got to get us out of this jam, right? So strike the first guy out, get him into a double play, let's get out, and then you can get more into your rhythm. I think we talked with Brian Boucher earlier, former netminder for the Canes, for a do we call it a cup of coffee, a sip of coffee?
Yeah, a hot second.
Obviously, most remember him from his time with Philadelphia and with Arizona. But we talked to him about it, and he basically said the first 10 minutes for Kochetkov, the first 10 minutes are when he's going to be a little bit, antennas up, paying attention for how Pyotr's playing, because he hasn't played in a month. He hasn't played in a couple days less than a month. Now, once you get into the rhythm of the game, it's just hockey. You've been doing it since you were a small child. But the hard part is going to be getting into the rhythm of the game, because everyone else on the ice, they've been going at it, right? They're very aware of the situation. They're very aware of the strengths and weaknesses of everybody else. Kochetkov is a little bit different. Here's Rod Brindamore on the decision to go with Kochetkov tonight in Game 3.
Well, I think, Freddie's played really well, but he's also played a lot, and I think giving him a little rest is the best thing.
Giving him a little rest is the best thing. Getting Kochetkov on the ice is the best thing. You in on Coochie?
Pause. Yes.
I always feel ridiculous using his nickname.
Absolutely. I'm always in on that.
All right. I'm a big fan of his. And do you know what else this is? Huge opportunity for him to grow. He I believe, is the future in goal for the Canes. And you never hear somebody saying, you know what I have? I have too much postseason experience. I've been in too many must-win games. No, it's all you can do is learn from it and be better because of it. That is number 5. Let's get to number 4.
We are the 4 horsemen. Woo!
Take a quick detour from the hockey talk. The Charlotte Hornets.
The Charlotte Hornets
have hired their new coach. They've been looking for a head coach. They interviewed J.J. Redick, which drew a lot of eyeballs, although many are now penciling him in to maybe be the Lakers head coach. The Hornets have agreed on a 4-year contract with Boston Celtics lead assistant coach Charles Lee, sources told ESPN on Thursday morning. This is a big hire for the Hornets, which, by the way, Lee will continue with the Celtics through their postseason run and will join the Hornets on a day-to-day basis once their run is done, because the Celtics obviously have they've got big plans for this postseason.
Is he going to pull a Kenny Atkinson, the assistant coach for the Golden State Warriors, who agreed to be the head coach of the Charlotte Hornets?
The Charlotte
Hornets. And said, you know what? Actually, I'm just going to stick with being an assistant with Golden State.
I don't think so. This is a 39-year-old. Atkinson had been around for a while. He had done it. Charles Lee, one of the kind of the fast risers in coaching. I think he wants to be a head coach. He wants to test him. He wants to see if the way he works can work. He's worked under Budenholzer with the Bucks. He's worked under Mazzulla with the Celtics. So he's worked with some pretty good strategists. But here's why it's such an important hire. This core, right, the Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball, Mark Williams, kind of feels like the Hornets have something going, right? LaMelo Ball has had his success when healthy. Brandon Williams finished, I believe, 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting, 2nd in Rookie of the Year voting for players drafted in the most recent draft. Chet Holmgren had the holdover from the previous draft. They've got something there. But by the time whoever the next coach is, Charles Lee, as we learned earlier today, by the time he gets his run, they turn him over quick in the NBA. Core groups, big threes, if you want to call them that, they get it for like 2 or 3 years before somebody's demanding a trade, somebody's creating a super team somewhere else, somebody's fallen off, somebody has a $50 million a year contract that is no good anymore, so they're trying to move it and package picks with it. Like, it happens quick in the NBA. So Charles Lee is kind of like the one swing this front office has at getting the coach, the couple of young players together and get them growing in the right direction.
It's amazing how you mentioned guys like Mike Budenholzer and how just fast the turnover is in the NBA. Look at the last 5, not including this year, Mark Daigneault of Oklahoma City Thunder winning the NBA Coach of the Year. Mike Budenholzer, 2018-2019, NBA Coach of the Year, fired. No longer with the Milwaukee Bucks. Nick Nurse won a championship as well with the Toronto Raptors, Coach of the Year in 1920. Already been fired. Tom Thibodeau won Coach of the Year in 21 with the New York Knicks. He's still there. Monty Williams, Coach of the Year just 2 seasons ago with the Phoenix Suns. No longer their head coach. Then you have Mike Brown, Sacramento Kings won it last year.
Do you know what's
it's
really
amazing how fast. Like, you win championships and you're a Coach of the Year. You're done.
Do you know what's really funny? How long ago was Monty Williams Coach of the Year?
2 seasons ago, 2022.
For the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
He was replaced by Frank Vogel.
Yeah.
Frank Vogel was fired today.
There you go.
The Suns had the Coach of the Year, moved on from him, hired a new guy, won 49 games, was I think like the 3rd or the 4th seed, lost in the first round. He gets fired. They're looking for another new coach. By the way, Frank Vogel was the coach who won the NBA championship with the Lakers in 2020, who was fired just a couple years after that. So Charles Lee, you got like, what, a year and a half?
Yeah. Well, look at the like Mike Budenholzer in the Bucks. They won the championship in 2021, and then early in 2023, he's fired. And the coach that they hired this past offseason got fired in the middle of the year for Doc Rivers, and they got bounced in the first round. I know there are like injuries with Giannis and stuff, but still, like, it's
my
just
all-time favorite
mind-blowing.
is Dwayne Casey was he was picked as the Coach of the Year in the NBA
in 2018, 2019
for the Raptors. And he was fired that year. He didn't make it out of that offseason.
Yeah. And then Nick Nurse, 2 years later, wins Coach of the Year for the Raptors and a championship, and he gets
with the
canned.
Sixers now, yeah.
It's amazing.
So, Charles Lee, win like game 1 and 2 and 3 if you want to keep your job. Just first sign of struggle, your job's in jeopardy.
If you want to get to week 2, you gotta win. Gotta win a game.
3/4 of your games at any point in time. The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. That was number 4. Let's get to number 3.
1, 2, 3.
Evgeny Kuznetsov back in the active lineup today for the Carolina Hurricanes. Rod Brindamore told the media earlier today. Now, if you haven't been paying attention, Kuzi was in the rotation game 1, the entire first round, I should say. The Islanders, he played. Game 1 against the Rangers, he played. Game 2, we didn't know it until warm-ups when he didn't go out there and Comtois did. And now he's back in Game 3. There's a few different ways to look at this. One is you can't play Kuzi on the road. Because you have less control over matchups and things, and you can't hide him as well being a defensive liability. So that's why he wouldn't be in the active lineup for Game 2, but he would be for Game 3. Another way to look at it is maybe it's Rod saying, yeah, overthought it, probably shouldn't have taken him out. Third way to think about it, we can go through like 10 different ways to think about this. Third way
There's a plan all along.
third way to think about it is he felt like Kuzi needed a day off. Sometimes it's just you're high strung. You had a bad penalty in Game 1. Just go watch this one from the booth, from the box, chill a little bit, and then we'll get you for Game 3. Fourth, and I don't know why this is my least likely. Rod could have been honest when he said just Comtois was practicing really well and he wanted to get him in the game. Maybe it didn't have anything to do with Kuzi. It just was, hey, that guy deserves to be rewarded, and they tried to reward him. Either way, Kuzi brings something different to the Canes. He brings a creative level, creativity as far as for both he and others to score goals. He brings a more offensive approach. Get him on that second power play unit. I don't know if this one's going to make sense to me. I don't know if the rotation of him in and out of the active lineup is going to make sense to me, but it doesn't have to make sense to me, right? I mean, that's why Rod gets paid the big bucks. I'm sure he has his explanation, but color me confused.
I honestly think because on the road, it's a lot harder to cover up your guys that have defensive efficiencies, which Kuznetsov is one of them. So you know what? In order to not be exploited on the road with that, you can't play him.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not the problem is they didn't play his replacement really either. Comtois played 6 minutes.
That's fine.
So if you're not going to play someone, why wouldn't you not play Kuzi?
Yeah, but was he that defensive liability?
For
That's
those
the key
6
thing.
minutes, he was probably slightly better defensively.
That's it. Simple as that. And also as well, I think as Rod Brindamore, we talked about it yesterday, in game 2, once things were tied up, I'm basically in overtime right now on the road. I'm shortening the bench. So if it was Kuznetsov in there anyway, probably would have been the same type thing. And the only time he would have played would have been on the power play. That's it.
This is it's not breaking news, but it's more funny news.
Okay.
We know who the siren sounders are going to be for tonight.
I know DJ Burns is one of them.
DJ Horn.
I'm sorry, DJ Horn is. Okay.
It is not DJ Burns.
Not DJ Burns. Okay, it's DJ Horn.
DJ Horn. You got your DJs confused.
Okay, my apologies.
Wes Moore.
Okay, NC State women's basketball coach.
And NC Courage players.
Okay. I'm curious which ones.
It just says NC Courage players. The Carolina Hurricanes tweeted out 4 minutes ago. The maybe 2 best periods of the first round for the Canes were when NC State coach and player sounded the siren.
The first period in Game 2 against the Islanders was Kevin Keats to start the game. Then going into the third period was DJ Burns.
There you go.
And those two rocked it.
And, yeah, I mean, DJ Horn, can you keep it up? Wes Moore, can you keep it up? Are the Canes a little superstitious and going, this is a must-win game?
Might be.
Let's run it back? Maybe. Get some of that NC State magic. What number was that? That was number 3. Let's get to number 2.
Just the two of us.
Utah has an NHL franchise.
Yes, formerly the Arizona Coyotes.
They just don't have a name.
They do not.
Should we pick a name out of? I believe there's 20 names on a list somewhere that fans can vote on.
There are 20 names out there. And this is something that the NHL has put out. And I believe that the Arizona Coyotes actually trademarked every single one of these. I'm sorry, the Utah hockey team, I should say.
I was going to say, the Coyotes are still trademarked in Arizona.
They are. But the new owner of Utah, who also owns the Utah Jazz, I believe trademarked all these. So some of the options out there are just Utah HC, like Utah Hockey Club, which I'm like, okay, it's a little unique.
Boo.
Okay, well, you're good.
There you go.
The Utah Mammoth, Utah Outlaws, Utah Swarm, the Utah Venom. Kind of cool.
Absolutely not.
Why not the Venom?
You can't leave Arizona and go Venom.
Why not?
Because Arizona is like Diamondbacks. There's
yeah,
desert,
I know. I get the snake thing, but I'm thinking Venom like the comic book character Venom from the Spider-Man.
Well, I'm sure they can't. They won't pay Marvel enough for.
I mean, you strike a deal with Disney. I mean, you can make a night.
The Mighty Ducks might be a little upset.
That's a little bit different. But you also have the Utah Yeti.
I like the Yeti.
The Utah Yeti.
I like the Yeti.
The Utah Caribou.
I do not like the Caribou.
Okay, the Utah Frost.
I do not like the Frost.
Okay, Mr. Freeze is going to be. The Utah Freeze is an
You're
option
just
as well.
looking for any comic book.
I can. There's Killer Frost as well. The Utah Black Diamonds.
I like that.
Black Diamonds, like a ski resort.
Yeah.
Skiing. Black Diamond. How treacherous the mountain range
You
is.
can actually. That's Canes like in that the Canes have the hurricane warning flag.
Yeah.
You can use like the black diamonds that are on the markers on the trails on the routes down the mountain, where it's like you take a logo, like a part of your stuff from elsewhere to incorporate it, right? Because like hurricane flags were a thing before the Canes, but now that's part of what they've done. Black diamond markers have been a thing before the black diamond, but you can make it a part of your identity. So I would go first, probably Yeti, second Black Diamond, everything else, blah. What about you?
Honestly, Yeti's pretty awesome. Utah Yeti, I think that's great.
Utah Yeti, it sounds cool.
Yeah.
You get some kind of partnership with coolers and tumblers?
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe you get really excited watching Claymation Rudolph every year?
Yes.
That's number 2. Let's get to number 1.
Go one!
Game 3, Canes, Rangers, tonight. We need optimism. We need optimism. You know what my part of the optimism is? Pressure makes diamonds, right?
Like black diamonds.
No. Pressure makes Canes. Sometimes you need your backs against the wall to find out what you're truly made of, and you can use it as your advantage, right? It's I use this speech all the time, the Gene Hackman speech from The Replacements. There is no tomorrow for you, and that makes you very dangerous people. Like the Canes have to recognize that, you know, there's nothing to save for, right? You win this game, it's a completely different series. You lose this game, your chances become very, 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 very limited. And when that much is on the line, when that much is at stake, you are very dangerous people. Here's Jordan Martinook on the pressure of being down 0-2.
I had a coach in junior hockey told me you're not this until you lose at home. That's been, he said that, and we haven't lost at home. So they did their job. They won their 2 at home. Now it's our turn to do ours, and starts with tonight, and try and you win your games at home, and then it goes to best of 3. But we'll focus on tonight.
Series doesn't start till someone wins on the road. I don't know why Dennis hates that saying so much.
Because what's the series lead right now? Oh, it's 2-0 Rangers. It started.
Yeah, but what's the record
What
in
have you
Raleigh?
been talking about for the last whatever?
What's the record in Raleigh?
Nothing right now.
0-0, baby. Fresh start. Fire up the sirens.
Still down 0-2.
Fire it up.
Still down 0-2.
Still down 0-2, absolutely. But if you win your games at home, you'll be 2-2.
Yeah, but you got to get one. Got to get it tonight.
No, see, what you're misinterpreting is it's magic. When you play in your home arena, you just get the win. You don't actually have to go play it on the ice. You don't actually have to go fix the flaws from Game 1 and Game 2.
Well, then, if that's the case, let's go right to Game 5, which, by the way, the NHL announced is going to be 7 o'clock Eastern at Madison Square Garden on Monday. We know we're going to.
I was going to say we're not going to say if needed. I'm fine. I'm fine with not saying if necessary.
100%. I've already been talking trash to a New York Rangers buddy of mine. He's like, I said, hey, I'm not going to be there on Saturday, but I'll see you at Game 6. He said, if necessary. I'm like, oh no, we're having Game 6.
I like it.
Series will be clinched that day.
I said in 7.
I said Canes in 6.
I said Canes in 7, which, I think at this point, 7's looking good. The optimism points we're looking for, I think they can clean up penalties, and that could be the difference, right? If you just have a couple less poorly timed penalties, then I think the Canes are right where they need to be. And penalties are a very fixable thing, right? They are not always pure mental. Sometimes they're hustle. Sometimes you just get caught in a bad position. But a lot of times it's just making a decision, right? What did Brian Boucher say? I think he was actually quoting Martinick, right? You have to check with your body, right? Check with your feet. Get in position to do the things you need to do. And that way you're not getting, the stick's not outside your body and everything else. So, I'm looking for a more fundamentally sound Carolina Hurricanes team that will allow them to stay out of the box a little bit more. I'm not saying you're going to, not be in the box at all, but you can't put the power play on the ice for the Rangers 5 times or 4.5 times per game like you have been. Other reasons for optimism: Jake Gensel broke the seal. Finally scored a goal in the postseason with a goalie in the net, right? Up until last game, he had not scored with anything but an empty net, and he had 2 of them, right? A deflection, and then he ripped one home. Those can really get a player like him going, right? Those 2 goals can turn into 6 goals in 4 games. Those 2 goals can turn into, 8 points in 4 games or whatever you need. I'm excited to see Gensel at the peak of his powers. Any optimism reasons for you, Dennis?
Home cooking.
Home cooking.
I mean, that's my big thing. But it's also
when you say home cooking, are you talking refs being manipulated?
Yes. Crowd working you into this one. There's a whole bunch of different things that you can feed off of. But I think also as well, like just the matchups, you're able to control a lot better. For those who don't know, when you're at home in the NHL, during like a stoppage in play, when teams are changing players during a stoppage in play, the visiting team must put their players out on the ice first. Therefore, Rob Brindamore and the Canes can match that. Like, okay, like you put your best guys out there, fine. We can counter with our best defensive players. Or be like, you know what? We can exploit a matchup based on who you have out there. We can put our top guys out.
So what you're saying is Panarin's going to get a whole bunch of Staal?
Yes. Zibanejad going to get a whole lot of Staal. You might see a lot of Sebastian Aho against Vincent Trocheck. A lot of that going. Actually, it might be Staal against Trocheck, actually, a lot in this one.
Yeah,
but you're going to see when Kreider and Panarin are out there on the ice, you're going to see a lot of Jacob Slavin and Brent Burns out there. Like, that's what you're going to see, depending on how, like, the lines are all shaken out for Petey Laviolette.
Which is why the series doesn't start until someone wins on the road, because if in a completely even matchup, you should win the games when you get to control the matchups.
You should. Keyword should.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Let's see. Dennis, you have something for us.
I do. Dennis Cox here for my friends over at Law Tigers. Want to win a trip to the 84th Annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally and a custom Harley-Davidson Performance Bagger? Well, Law Tigers are giving away the ultimate trip of a lifetime. All you got to do, visit stylininSturgis.com to enter. Again, stylininSturgis.com to enter. Again, this is a trip to the 84th Annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally along with a custom Harley-Davidson Performance Bagger. We're talking a custom bike here, folks. I can't win it, but you can. Just go to stylininSturgis.com. So, again, you get the custom Harley-Davidson built by Lane Splitter Garage. There's also a sound system by Rockford Fosgate, turbo by Trask Performance, parts by J&P Cycles, firearms by Magnum Research, jewelry by Anvil's Cash, and bikes by Soli Bikes, and a VIP stay at Glencoe Camping Resort. But if you win, in order to win, got to go to stylininSturgis.com to enter. By the way, month of May, National Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. If you are injured in a motorcycle accident, call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS before you call your insurance company. The insurance company wants to pay you the least amount possible. Law Tigers, they understand what your bike and your gear are worth because they're riders as well, and also what you're going through after an accident. Call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS, North Carolina's motorcycle lawyers. Law Tigers is a network of independent law firms who are members of the American Association of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Law Tigers is not a law firm.
We need some numbers game contestants. second to last day for you to win NF tickets. NF is coming to PNC Arena, musical act to play on May 22nd. We have a pair of tickets going to whoever wins the numbers game. If you want to play the numbers game, we need 2 contestants, 919-860-5326. That's 919-860-5326. Numbers game coming up next.
It's the Stanley Cup playoffs.
They score! Aho from inside the blue line. Let the shot go. There was traffic, and Carolina has tied it with less than 5 minutes here in the first.
Storm Watch with Adam Gold at 6. Puck Drop at 7.
They'll score! Jake Gensel! And Gensel is second in the game. And another late period goal. Just what the doctor ordered.
On your exclusive home for the Carolina Hurricanes, 99.9 The Fan.
Triangle High School Hockey League update.
Hi, I'm Steven Ismali. I'm the president and founder of the Triangle High School Hockey League. We originally started as one team. I started at my high school, and we just wanted to get some sort of foundation going. We wanted to play another high school from South Carolina, so it started off with that. We played each other, and then I had around 5 other players from other schools reach out to me saying, how can we get into this? And we made a showcase weekend where we had 6 teams play each other. After that, it skyrocketed. It went from 6 to 18 teams within 2 weeks. High School Hockey League, we specify in the spring. We basically just give a chance for high school players to play in front of their schools. Everyone loves it. I mean, we get a lot of fans every game. Everyone just loves playing in front of their school. We would really love for you to bring your family, come out, enjoy any of the games. They're all fun. Tickets are only $2.
For schedule times and to purchase tickets, visit trianglehshl.leagueapps.com.
Triangle High School Hockey League update brought to you by CK's Plumbing and Backflow, Wake County's first choice for residential and commercial plumbing services.
Oh, this North Carolina Education Lottery Winners Club espresso is strong.
Pace yourself. New winners tend to overdo it on the coffee. And with new scratch-offs out, well...
Hey guys, I'm a new winner. My name's Steve. What's your name? I really love this coffee. Wow, this place is great. Glad I grabbed a new scratch-off. Okay, nice to meet you. Gonna get a massage. Ooh, I think I need to relax.
Told you.
This month's tickets pack $135 million in total prizes. The Winners Club awaits. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 1 in 3.41 to 4.25. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
This is Gordon Miller from Miller Lending and Carey. Date the rate, marry the house. A phrase often used by realtors to describe the difference between keeping your new forever home as opposed to your mortgage rate, which you'll only keep until something better comes along. Kind of like speed dating. A recent study by the Wall Street Journal further supports this notion by finding the average life of a loan to be less than 4 years. Their suggestion? Find a no-fee loan, which is exactly what Miller Lending has been telling you since 1996. With no closing costs of any kind, you can simply close on today's rates and refinance each time something better comes along. So while builders promote buy-downs with over $10,000 in closing costs, or lenders advertise crazy low rates with even more, Miller Lending continues to be the leader in the no-cost mortgage. So before you throw away thousands of needless fees, pick up the phone and call your local neighborhood lender, Miller Lending and Carey, 919-447-3377, or simply apply online at millerlending.com. Miller Lending is an equal housing lender, NMLS number 250-2146.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon, you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell, and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Our Cookie Two-Step Ice Cream is a creamy vanilla ice cream with hints of brown sugar, chunks of chocolate cream-filled cookies, and tasty chocolate chip cookie dough pieces. Cookie Two-Step has everybody's taste buds two-stepping, and 1 and 2.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream, available at Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code MONTHFREE by May 31st. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
It is time to play the numbers game here on The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. We have NF tickets May 22nd coming to PNC Arena. Going to the winner between Micah and Carey and Aiken and Raleigh. As always, we need to ask a question to find out who goes first. Micah and Carey, who wins the Canes game tonight? And give us a description of how it happens.
Oh, definitely the Canes. I'd say we're gonna set a statement right off the start. We're gonna get an early goal. I think we're winning 4-1, and I think Svetch has 2, Gensel has 1, and I think Natchez will get the last one.
I mean, that was well played, very, very well played.
And who scores first and in what period for the Canes?
I think Svetch opens it up. Definitely first period, first 5 minutes. He's gonna rock somebody. Adam Fox is getting rocked, and Svetch is banging one.
That was fantastic. Aiken, tough show to top there. We'll go to Aiken and Raleigh. Aiken, who wins tonight? And give us some details.
So I think Canes are going to win. I'm going to be in section 111 tonight, but I think Canes will take it by 2 goals, and Aho will score the first goal in the first period.
Those are, you guys, I mean, sound a little similar even.
Dennis, I don't hate either of them.
I was going to say, Dennis, who are we going with? The more detailed prediction or the one that's actually going to be in the arena?
I love the sound of Andrei Svechnikov trucking Adam Fox and then scoring right after that. That sounds pretty good to me.
So that's Micah. Micah goes
Yeah.
first. Micah, you get to go first, but Aiken, enjoy the game tonight, and hopefully we can and you'll have your chance to win, I should say. So go ahead and hang out. Micah, are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, the categories you get to choose from are NFL Art Rooney Award winners. That's a sportsmanship award. NFL Fs, so all players whose last name starts with the letter F, as in Frank. None of them are Franks, though. NBA current players only, or NHL Canes and Whalers only?
NHL Canes and Whalers only.
All right. The way this works is I'll give you the player and the team. You give me the jersey number as quickly as you can. 30 seconds on the clock. You do have one pass if you need it. I will say the team, even though you know the team in this category, just to keep it fair with the other categories. Any last-second questions?
I think I'm good.
All right. Your time will start when you hear the horn. Pyotr Kochetkov, Carolina Hurricanes.
52.
Correct. Jeff Skinner, Carolina Hurricanes.
53.
Correct. Tommy Westland, Carolina Hurricanes.
Pass.
Jesse Puljujarvi, Carolina Hurricanes.
13.
Correct. Sandis Ozolinsh, Carolina Hurricanes.
Oh, crap. I can't pass this one?
Nope.
28.
Incorrect. Tommy Westland, Carolina Hurricanes.
57.
Incorrect. Sandis Ozolinsh, Carolina Hurricanes. I will
34.
say, going 52, 53 right out the gate, I was like, all right, we got somebody that knows their stuff. Westland's a tough one. That's number 16. You got Puljujarvi with 13, and then Ozolinsh is number 8. But overall, very, very solid showing there. You got 3. You'll be the leader in the clubhouse. Go ahead and hang on the line for us, all right?
Yes, sir.
There you go. That brings
solid start there.
That's you could tell he knew his stuff. Part of it is like once you prove you know a category, you do still need to get a little lucky. They just get guys that you know. Aiken and Raleigh. Aiken, are you there?
Aiken dropped.
Aiken dropped.
I think Aiken's like, I got nothing here.
He said, I got to go to the game.
Yep.
Soon as they picked Canes, he was like, well, that's the category I was going to choose.
Just put him back up, and he dropped.
Micah, you are the winner. Congratulations.
Let's go. Thank you. The Whalers question stumped me. I'm not going to lie, but I think I did a good performance.
Of course. I agree.
I think this is the first time, by the way, Micah, that we've ever had someone just, you know what? I'm not going to beat that guy. I'm just going to hang up.
Just deuces.
Well,
and he had tickets to the game, too. So he's like, I got places to be. My night's going to be good either way.
Yeah, you're good.
Micah, we appreciate you for playing. Congratulations. You get the NF tickets. Sit on the line. Dennis has some info he needs to get from you to make sure you get your tickets.
Sounds good, man. Thank you, guys.
There you go.
Go Canes.
Go Canes. You don't put down his microphone until he gets a full Go Canes onto the air.
Heard it.
Yeah, we heard it. I echoed it. While Dennis gets that info, we had a 10K playoff payout earlier today where we went to Invisalign, the practice arena for the Canes. We had our 5 contestants that we've been qualifying on the show. and they had to go from the opposite blue line, one shot through a tiny little hole that we put in front of the goal. And if they made the shot, they would have got $10,000. It's a $10K playoff payout. It was exciting. We had, I believe, one hit the board pretty close. The rest, not quite. Did not give away the $10K. We did end up giving away playoff tickets. We do some little side giveaways and things as the game goes along. So we did end up giving away playoff tickets. We did end up giving away a Stefan Nason signed puck. We did end up giving away some sports and social gift card money. So it was overall a really fun deal. I really enjoy when we have the opportunity to do stuff like that and give some fans some chance to win some pretty cool prizes. It was fun. Got to walk out on the ice. Dennis was on his skate zipping around. So it was a fun deal. I wanted to pass along that we did not have any winners this time. Hopefully one day. Hopefully one day. The Drive with Tim Donnelly here on 99.9 The Fan. By the way, get your first goal scorer predictions in, right? You can tweet them at us at Donnelly Sports. That'll work just fine. You can go to our YouTube. Dennis is always checking the comments there. Who's going to score the first goal for the Canes and in what period? We're just for bragging rights at this point. We have all of our official contestants already registered, but we still want to hear from you, and bragging rights are very important on this show. Also, I want to tell you about my friends over at Window Nation. Tim Donnelly here for Window Nation. Here's a little bit about what goes on when you call Window Nation. They'll come out to your house for a free, no-obligation consultation. They'll give you a quote, right? They'll look at your windows. They'll talk you through it. They'll explain what Window Nations can do for you. My favorite part is they will show you, right? They bring out their little science fair project with heat lamps and everything else so they can show you what your windows are or are not doing as far as keeping the air inside and outside your house. When someone's trying to sell me something, sometimes I need to be shown. I'm not just going to take your word for it. They understand that, and they will show it to you. They've installed over 200,000 windows last year, 40 times more than the average window company, 96% of them requiring no follow-up service. They measure each window 3 times to ensure proper fit. They have comprehensive lifetime warranties on the entire window, including glass. Over 1,500 custom vinyl window combinations available. Their average installer has 16 years experience with over 20,000 windows installed. There's a lot to trust about Window Nation. And even better, right now, their semi-annual sale is going on. That is 50% off all styles of windows, 0% interest for 5 years, and an additional bonus discount for booking your appointment this week. It's a semi-annual sale, extra bonuses for booking this week, 50% off all styles, 0 interest for 5 years. All you have to do is this week call 866-90-NATION, 866-90-NATION, or you can head online to windownation.com. That's windownation.com to schedule your free, no obligation consultation and quote right now. Windownation.com. We will take a break. When we come back, we have to draft our players. It is 2-2 between Dennis and I in our competition, and we'll revisit some of our first goal scorers and other predictions as well. Stick around. It's coming up next.
It's bow time. Something new just dropped at Bojangles. Take the bold taste of a crispy golden chicken supreme that's been seasoned to perfection, then add dill pickles, Carolina Gold barbecue sauce, and a toasted bun that's great on the go. What do you get? You get a Bo's Bird Dog. In fact, you can grab 2 of them for $5. So when you're on the go, headed to practice, or need a snack, grab a Bo's Bird Dog. Hurry in before they're gone. Available for a limited time. It's bow time.
There's no time like bow time, but sometimes it's go time. No time to stop. Introducing Bojangles' new Bird Dog, a seasoned to perfection Bojangles Chicken Supreme, dill pickles, Carolina Gold barbecue sauce, all on a toasted bun. Great on the go. Try 2 Bird Dogs for just $5 or a 2 Bird Dog combo for just $8. Hurry, Bo's Bird Dogs are available for limited time only. When you're hungry for flavor and value, it's bow time.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we know our members go above and beyond every single day. That's why this Military Appreciation Month, instead of hearing special thank you messages from us, we thought you might want to hear them from your friends and family.
I'm Ben from Navy Federal Credit Union. This Military Appreciation Month, I'd like to shout out to my first mentor, Stephen from the United States Marine Corps.
Happy Military Appreciation Month. I'm giving a shout out to two of my very good friends for the last 20 years. Jason, Kansas, thank you for your service and carry on, my friends.
I want to give a shout out to my brother AZ1 RG Castillo. Thank you for all that you do for family and country. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
Hi, I want to give a shout out to my friend Colin, who's currently serving in the Army. Thanks for all you do. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
And from all of us here, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCAA.
Sick of being upsold at gyms?
My guy, you're currently a base member? For $90 more, I can upgrade you to our Shred membership. For $130 more, you'll be a Swole member. And for just $300 more, you'll reach Sweat Platinum.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the upsell. Never pushy, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. It's fitness that fits your budget. Join Planet Fitness for just $1 down and $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, May 10th. See Home Club for details.
This is the absolute worst time of the year to be dealing with joint pain. You can't do the outdoor things you love to do. Hiking, jogging, biking, going to the beach. You name it, it can't be done. Don't go through the summer missing out on life. Call QC Kinetics now and find out how they can use biologics from your own body to give new life to your achy joints like your knees, hips, back, and shoulder. QC's regenerative medicine protocols can restore and repair that damaged tissue with no surgery, no steroids, no drugs, and no downtime. This is the future of medicine. Tens of thousands of QC Kinetics patients around the country are living their best life this year because they made the call. QC medical professionals are under the direction of Dr. Mitchell Scheinkopp, who is an orthopedic surgeon who became a true pioneer in regenerative medicine. He knew there had to be a better way. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Revolutionary treatments for joint pain are here. Call 919-400-5473 with locations in Cary, Clayton, Raleigh, and Wake Forest. 919-400-5473.
What's keeping you from learning the language you've always wanted to speak?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make learning fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. And in 10 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
That's not long.
It's not hard.
It's perfect.
It starts here. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
We all know what UV rays can do to our skin, but they can also do damage to your car. Keep that from happening with 303 Protectant. 303 Protectant keeps the sun's harmful rays from causing fading and cracking in rubber, plastic, or vinyl surfaces. From the dashboard to the tires, 303 Protectant keeps your car looking new longer. Get 303 Protectant today at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Visit 303radio.com for more information.
Why'd the kid jump off the boat?
I don't know. Why?
Peer pressure.
Oh, good one, Ned.
Ned isn't funny, but Ned owns a boat, and you don't. So every time Ned tells another one of his unfunny boat puns, you're gonna laugh loud and keep on laughing until you get a boat of your own.
A pier where you put a boat.
Yeah, I get it.
And when you do get a boat of your own, make sure you save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Get a great deal this spring on a new Trane heating and cooling system. Trane systems are engineered to keep up with you. Visit TraneInfo.com to find your local independent Trane dealer and learn more. It's hard to stop a Trane.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Coming up at 6 o'clock, Storm Watch, a full hour of Adam Gold to get you ready for the Carolina Hurricanes. Game 3 against the Rangers. Must-win game for the Canes. Absolute, no doubt about it, must-win game. And I believe Adam will tell you the same thing. It's also a pivotal Game 5 in Dennis and my draft competition. Loser has to go to the bell tower and hold up a sign made by the winner that says something positive about North Carolina, meaning UNC. It's 2-2 right now.
That it is.
You went first last time.
That it did.
I go first this time.
That you do.
The way it works is we draft players. It's a 5-round draft, snake draft. There you go. Cough into your microphone,
Nope,
trying to psych me out here.
I cut the mic off.
I see what's going on here.
My apologies.
It's the easiest fantasy hockey to follow along with. You get 1 point for an assist, 1 point for a goal, just like point scoring. With that being said, after the game, we will revisit and see who wins. I don't know how we're going to do it tomorrow. You're not going to be here.
Well, I'll just have to send you my submissions. I'll just have to text you.
Like your big board, and then
no,
we'll do it.
I'm not going to have Graham draft for me, by the way, tomorrow. I'm not going to let that happen.
You heard that, Graham?
I hope he did.
All right, I get to go first. Give me Aho. This one, it's
okay. That makes sense.
Thus far, every person that's gone first has picked Sebastian Aho, and they've won. And I'm not going to mess with the trend. Sebastian Aho, he's their leading goal scorer. He's their leading point scorer. He had 3 assists last game. He's the only reason you beat me last game. Sebastian Aho.
Okay, I'll take Jake Gensel and Andrei Svechnikov.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
that
makes
a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. You know who I think is going to have a big game? I think somebody's a little upset that he almost had the back of his neck slashed by a skate. Marty Necas.
Okay.
I think he's going to be fighting fire with fiery goal scoring. Marty Necas.
Okay.
And also give me Seth Jarvis. I do think there's a good chance he's playing with some kind of a nagging injury, but Seth Jarvis with a nagging injury still scores more points than most people 100% healthy.
That they do.
So Seth Jarvis, Sebastian Aho, Marty Necas through 3 rounds. I'm liking where I'm sitting.
Okay. I'm going to take Teuvo Teravainen.
Say it like it's so obvious.
I'm going to take
Teravainen.
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
Ha 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 ha! Sorry, I had to cough.
A lot of pollen going on around these places, man. Come on now, don't hate.
You know me. I sneeze more than cough.
I say cough for me.
I get caught all sneezing.
Sorry. So I have Gensel, I have Svech, I have Teravainen. Give me Brady Shea in this one.
It's fair. It's a fair choice.
Give me Shea.
It's a fair choice. Brady Shea. So you broke the seal on the defenders, the defensemen.
Mm-hmm.
I will follow that path. Give me Brent Burns.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I highlighted the wrong one here.
Okay, you got Burns. All right, so I have Aho, Necas, Jarvis, Burns. One final selection for your team.
We talked earlier today with Brian Boucher.
Okay.
Longtime NHL goaltender.
Yep.
We asked him for.
I know you're going with this.
We asked him for a prediction on first goal score, and he said there's going to be a grimy, greasy, in front of the net, kind of garbage goal from one Jordan Martinook. I think it's a good pick to pick him up in the final round. Give me Party Marty in PNC to score and take that roof off the place as everybody goes nuts. Party Marty Martinook.
Okay, so you got a Marty party going
Sebastian
on
Aho, Seth Jarvis, Marty Necas. That could be a Party Marty. Brent Burns, Jordan Martinook. There's a Party Marty. We got Party Martys all over the place.
Okay, so I have a lot of different options here. I picked Stefan Asa first goal scorer today. I did do that. I think Evgeny Kuznetsov might have a strong day today. But you know what? I got to lean into
Pyotr Kochetkov.
Why not? He might get an assist. It's possible.
I didn't say it as a joke. I said it as a serious suggestion.
But you know what I could do? I could also lean in. My guy. We're number 18 for your Carolina Hurricanes. You know who it is.
Oh, I know. I'm waiting.
You know exactly who it is. He had a game winner. Let's go, Jack Drury, baby. My guy, Jack Drury. He's getting on the score sheet tonight. Jack Drury, let's go. My final pick.
His uncle knows him.
Yeah, he does.
How funny
Jack
is
Drury,
it that
baby.
that's Jack Drury's song now?
It is now. It is now.
The kid from
Because you
Harvard.
didn't see it coming. He's
so,
from
okay, the
Massachusetts.
teams are, you get 1 point for a goal, 1 point for an assist. Whoever has the most gets the game. My team is Sebastian Aho, Seth Jarvis, Marty Necas, Brent Burns, Jordan Martinook, and Dennis has Jake Gensel, Andrei Svechnikov, Teuvo Teravainen, Brady Shea, and Jack Drury. And I had 2 other names that if I had the last pick, because I had a strong top 9, and then there was that 10th guy. And so if I didn't have the first pick, you need to have like your wild cards. I had Drury, Kuzi, and Orlov as my wild cards. So the undrafted, but I'm giving him a call to be a undrafted free agent on my team. As soon as the draft's over, I'm calling him up. Kuzi and Dmitry Orlov. Who else were you considering with your jury pick?
I was very much considering both Stefan Nason and Evgeny Kuznetsov.
Nason's he's scoring a lot this postseason on little minutes. Earlier today, we had our first goal scorer contest. The 3 contestants who, if they get it right, get a signed Canes puck. Casey went Aho in the first. David went Gensel in the first. Barry went Svech in the first. That's about as chalky as we've had. That's straight down the middle.
Straight down the middle.
But also not bad choices. Like we also picked those 3 guys with our first 3 picks in the draft we just had. So it does make sense. Give us some of the other exciting ones that we've gotten, Dennis.
We've had a couple people give us Evgeny Kuznetsov in the first period. We've actually had Jordan Martinook in the second. We actually had someone say Jordan Martinook on the penalty kill late in the second period, which I'm like, I'm all for that. Someone actually also said Jordan Martinook, the lone goal in the third period in a 1-0 Canes win.
I would like that. A 1-0 win, but also a 1-0 win. Oh, I would have to know who the assists are, but
yeah,
that would set me up pretty well for our little game.
It might be Pyotr Kochetkov. You never know.
If that happens, I'm going to replay this.
It'd be funny if Kochetkov and Jack Drury win the game winner. First period, Jake Gensel. We've had quite a few of those as well. Aho in the first.
Every what's your favorite Queen song? You're going to get some Bohemian Rhapsody.
Of course.
Like Aho in the first, there's nothing wrong with it.
We do have an Aho in the second as well.
Okay.
We actually have, again, this is a shout out to Real Rebels, said Rempe starts the fight in the first.
This one is my favorite.
And then Jarvis scores, taking it 1-0 Carolina Hurricanes in the first period. Second period, Aho scores with 5:29 left on the clock, but the Rangers score under 2 minutes. So they're trailing 1 going into the third. Nobody scores in the third, and then a fight breaks out at the very end of it.
Who wins the fight?
Well, Canes do, of
There
course.
you go.
Duh, because look at the scoreboard. That's all you got to say.
That's not it.
Look up there, cuz.
You can win that maybe emotionally, but you also have to win the fight if you want to win the fight. You can't get your tail kicked and then go, look at the scoreboard through bloodied. Wow. Look at the scoreboard. You actually have to win the fight. Any other predictions? We're big on specific predictions. I'm going to go, you know what? This is the boldest. We're not doing bold predictions yet. We'll do those tomorrow. But the boldest prediction, I think the Canes get a power play goal tonight. I accept it. I think they get off the schneid. They are 0 for 10 through the first 2 games in the power play. I don't think they get, I think it's a cleaner game. I think there's less penalties overall, right? 10-9 for each team. I think there's less penalties. I think the Canes get a power play goal. If I were being choosy, I would pick somebody from my team to do it. So Sebastian Aho, power play goal. A deflection off of Seth Jarvis shot, so I get the assist as well. And Brent Burns, the extra assist. A 3-pointer for my team.
I mean, I did say as well earlier that it was going to be Stefan Nason in the first 6 minutes of the game. Greasy, grimy goal. That's the first goal scored today.
Greasy, grimy goal. The fact of the matter is it's a must-win game. The Canes have to find a way to skate off the ice victorious. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Doesn't matter if it's pretty. Doesn't matter who scores, if we're being honest. All that matters is that you have one more goal than the Rangers when it's all said and done tonight. I don't care if it takes 4 overtimes. 2 felt like a marathon a couple nights ago. Go 7 of them. I don't care. You have to walk off or skate off with a win. Adam Gold is coming up next with Storm Watch here on 99.9 The Fan. Dennis is out for the weekend, so it'll be me and Graham getting you ready for Game 4 tomorrow, 3 o'clock, right here on 99.9 The Fan. Follow us on YouTube. Until tomorrow, enjoy the game. Have a great night, everybody.